Yo, this is Jake. They call me Dr. Flock.
Views.
What's up? It's John.
Views.
And it's real life doing this, bitch.
Views. You are now listening to the Views from the Che podcast.
If it's lit, delayed reaction, dog. Reaction. No Flocka here this week.
No Flock, man.
Yeah, Flocka's gone for a week. He's taking a break.
We'll be back.
He'll be back. He's a little in and out this summer, but he's been busy and shit. So Flock's back. It's me and John holding it down by ourselves this time,
Right.
which is dope. We haven't done this in a couple months.
Yeah. We here.
Summer. We're here, dog. Summer's coming to a close, too.
Yeah, we shit. That shit flew by too. That's fucked up.
Yeah, we had one good summer, though.
This summer? Yeah.
One good summer. I mean, shit's going by fast, but one good summer, and we're right back to where we're at.
Better than last summer.
That's
At least we got the summer out the way. Shit.
Yeah, but we're right back to where we were at, dog. Literally fucking one summer in and then done for.
Yeah, hopefully they don't lock it down again. Shit. I mean, if they do lock it down, at least it's the time of year where we not outside as much. Debatable.
Yeah, debatable.
You would rather be in the crib, summer or fall?
My birthday's in fall, bro.
Ah, shit. Damn.
If I'm trying to go to like fucking Miami for my 30th and this shit gets all locked down on my 30th, I'm gonna be a little salty.
Yeah, that's a big one coming up, man.
And I was looking at Vegas, but it's so fucking crazy to go out there in November. I'm like, well, fuck it, I'll just shoot down to Miami, do something hot, so I can fucking wear the bathing suit and shit. And it's not looking good for the 30th, bro.
I mean, I definitely had damn near 2 quarantine birthdays. Shit. So I mean,
can't complain.
Better than 2, shit.
Can't complain. I feel that. What are we gonna start with? PJ Washington.
PJ Washington and Brittney Renner.
I feel like people know like Brittney Renner and they know the story now because it's been trending on Twitter and whatnot.
Right.
So like they understand the story, but I feel like most people don't actually know who PJ Washington is. So PJ Washington's like a guard forward for the Hornets. He used to play for Kentucky, right?
Yep. Big time recruit, solid player, probably end up making a lot of money. And he ended up cuffing the Jon, right? Yep.
Like he married her?
Say wife. I ain't know they got married, but I mean you can't really tell because all the pictures been deleted off their grams and whatever, but
yeah, I wasn't aware that he married her, but I knew he was fucking with her, and I think he had a seed by her.
he definitely had a seed by her, and that sounds like a L.
That sounds. Brittney, like I'm not as hip on like other people on like who's the girl though? Like I know she's a baddie and people fuck with her and shit, but who is she?
Just a girl. She got famous off the gram and she made a name for herself somehow, and now all of a sudden she's something, and now she got a baby dad in the league. And shit, from what she say, I mean, she could tell it better than us. We could let the clip fly if you want.
Let the clip fly, bro.
So they fly, man. This is Brittney Renner, the one we talking about right now.
First people to deal with are the athletes. None of them use condoms, really. So if y'all really want to try to come up off a check off of me, I mean, you could just fucking athlete. They're really dumb.
And that was before she even got with dude. So that's even the crazier part. Is she said that shit. And he's still cuffed, had a baby, and now he's in a situation where looking like he's stuck.
I thought she was like a volleyball player or something for some reason. I don't know why.
She was definitely popping, like one of the first popping IG girl, like just straight IG joints. And I remember, I mean, I ain't gonna say it made her popular, but I do remember like she has a situation with Tiana Trump, the porn star, and they had took a picture together and went like viral and shit, and people thought they was gonna get something out of it. I don't know if anything ever happened. I didn't follow up and all that, but that's when I really was like, oh, she wildin'.
Play the clip one.
Fucking athletes and entertainers and shit.
Play the clip one more time, bro. Let me pull it up.
All right.
Really dumb. First people to deal with are the athletes. None of them use condoms, really. So if y'all really want to try to come up off a check off of me, I mean, you could just fucking athlete. They're really dumb.
That's fucking nuts.
Said it out of her mouth before this shit even manifested. She said that shit out of her mouth.
And she ended up with Twitter saying, who knows if it's real or not, but she ended up getting with PJ Washington, who's 19, 20 at tops. She's probably our age or around our age.
I think she's 30 now.
Close okay, and she is what it said was she's about to get $200,000 a month on child support.
And this man's still on his rookie contract.
That's predator behavior, dog.
And that make you wonder. I mean, hopefully it's not true, but if it is, that make you wonder, like, damn, 200, like, what child need $200K a month? What you gonna do with $200K a month?
Who the fuck needs $200K to raise a kid?
That's a $200K question. Shit. Do you think it should be a cap on a, like, is it possible?
I was just about to ask you the same question. So should there be a cap on child support?
Okay, so I think this situation kind of unique because I don't even think the child won. I think like it's a newborn, like fresh.
Yeah, it's like a fresh baby.
And again, this is Twitter talking. I don't know if it's true. They said I read something to where as though she filed for divorce, I think 2 weeks before or after she gave birth, which is even crazier. So it's like she really had a baby just to get a check. So my thing with the child, if y'all accustomed to living a $200K a month lifestyle with the child, and it really take that, okay, I guess the child and the mother deserve that. But if the baby ain't even get to live that life, not saying the baby shouldn't live that life, because I mean I'm pretty sure he's still gonna be in the child life. But if the baby ain't live that $200K a month life, like I don't see how the child would need $200K to survive.
Is that's what it comes to, right?
That's from my understanding, yeah.
It's basically like because they base it off the child support on basically like if you're accustomed to the lifestyle, and they have to make it because Dr. Dre's John just got smacked with that, right? Yeah,
she wanted a wild number. I don't remember what they finalized on, but I think she wanted like millions a month type shit.
Yeah, she wanted millions a month. But I still think she got a good portion though.
Yeah, she did. She definitely did. And I mean, that wasn't even our topic and it's kind of a little bit off, but did you see the story about his daughter?
Yeah, that one of his kids was homeless now, and yep.
So it's like, damn, you give a baby $200K a month. They get $200K a month for 18 years. You would hope the mom putting some of it away for the child, because if not, it could be a situation just like that where she living out of car doing whatever she doing to survive with children.
You feel bad for his daughter?
I can't say I ain't gonna lie. If I got $1 billion, I don't give a fuck what my daughter did to me.
I'm breaking you off. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like if Dr. Dre got too much paper to be doing that shit.
Yeah, like, I think Floyd Mayweather said that shit best. He said, I break my kids off with a house and a brand new car, and then they can figure it out from there. You got to at least give them that.
Even
now, if you sell off the wheel, then you want some shit. Yeah, if you sell off your house and then you go broke and you homeless, more power to you.
Right.
Doug, the Brittney Renner shit is mad. Like, people don't act like you can look at Johns like predators. If it's a 30-year-old girl that's kind of bad, taking advantage of a 19-year-old kid that just got an MBA, hurries up, fucks him, gets pregnant by him, and then as soon as she gets pregnant by him, divorces him, leaves him, and now she's getting $200,000 a month off his fucking $7 million salary a year. That's some weird shit.
And the sick part is there's actual audio of her saying she would do this shit. She literally said they don't use condoms. It's a quick check, and they're stupid. And she really tricked this kid. Mind you, he's 19, was 19. He's a kid. Like, that's fucked up.
That's not abnormal, though. Like, I know Matt Johnson would definitely be, like, aiming towards that lifestyle. Like, so, like, you feel me? Like, that's their kind of shit.
What, the get the baddie and just
I'm not Doug. Like, I'm gonna go get the athlete because I know what lifestyle comes with that.
But it's crazy because she don't even want the lifestyle. She just want the check from him. Like, she's like, it's not even I'm gonna stick with him because he's an athlete. I'm gonna just have a baby by him and get the bag.
Who's old? Like, did he not have old heads?
That's the and it's crazy because his dad from what I remember, was like very vocal, like on where he went to school and making sure he did the right thing. And it's kind of fucked up to see it pan out like that.
His dad ain't getting no bitches, dog.
Yeah.
His dad ain't getting no bitches. That's the one thing he ain't school him on. Like, yo, son, strap up when you hit a baddie. Or pull out, bro. It's not that hard to pull out, dog. I don't care what nobody says. It's not that hard to pull out, bro. You don't got to dump in everything.
But let's put our foot in his shoe and think we just got drafted to the league.
Mm-hmm.
He probably been she's what, like 10 years older than him. He probably been looking at her for a good 5 years on the gram, like, shit, I make it to the league, I'm knocking that down.
Even worse.
Got you all fucked up in the head to the point you want to cuff her. You kind of see what happened, because he don't know no better. I mean, think back when you 19 and something bad just pop up. You thinking it's because you just cool. You ain't thinking about, oh, she just want me for my bread. At 19, nah.
Bro, if I'm 19 and I just hit the lotto in the NBA and I'm making $3 million a year, and now a girl comes up all of a sudden and goes, "Fuck me, raw deal," I'm gonna think there's a little John behind that.
But you gotta add, you probably been following this girl since you was in high school. You wanted her, so it's like fuck. Like, yeah, man, that's a fucked up situation, because he really got caught up and now he's stuck.
I would say it's any John worth $200,000 a month, but I guess, like, if you try and make the kid accustomed to the same lifestyle in both households and it's fair, I don't think that shit's fair, though. That shit is weird, especially if she's already premeditated that. More power to her, though. Good for her. She got her scheme in. That's what's up.
She definitely pulled that shit off. That shit's
self-sufficient. More power to her. I know he looks like a fucking goofball.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's fucked up because he is a kid, but we are all looking at him like, dog, you should have knew better, dog. Yeah, dog, you fucked up. 18 years. She got one of your kids, got you for 18 years. That's fucked up. Kanye.
Love that. Whose bar is that?
It's Kanye West, man.
Is that Kanye West?
It's Kanye West.
Never heard that. I'm fucking with you, bro. Speaking of Kanye, he still ain't dropped his album. That's your man's, and you was hopeful about it.
Nah, I mean, he put the release date up on Apple. I went by what Apple said. Then they changed the date, I think, to the 15th. What's that, Friday? So, yeah. I mean, it's rumors that him and Drake gonna drop Friday. Him and Drake drop Friday. Who you listen to first?
I'm not playing into him and Drake's freaky ass little, like, bitter brother beef that they got going on, dog. I'm not with that shit.
Shit been going on for a while,
too. Shit is weird. We're just gonna wait until the next person drops, and then we're gonna hurry up and drop because I want to hurry up and try and outdo you. You're both superstars. Kanye's like 45 now. Don't nobody got time for that shit. Drake's like 36 now, and he's doing Certified Lover Boy. These motherfuckers are weird, bro. Famous but weird. It's just a bunch of weird behavior.
I mean, I like it though, because I mean, I like music, but I like the competition is still there between rappers. I mean, I don't know if Kanye rapping on this album. Hopefully he is.
I don't know if it's competition. It's like a dick swinging contest on who's the biggest artist. And I don't think Kanye's beating Drake in a contest on who's more popular these days.
Musically, maybe not. I know his sneakers still flying off the fucking shelves like they Jordans. So I mean, I don't know about his music influence. I don't even know if the people that wear his sneakers know his music as much as people our age do. But Drake, I do think musically Drake, yeah, dude, he's just not gonna lose when it comes to listening to an album.
We've got a bunch of solid topics today.
Yeah,
but I have two of my pals locked in. Two of our lady listeners.
Right.
I wanted to jump into a topic that they might be intrigued in.
Let's hear it.
So I'm talking to a good friend of mine and his wife over the weekend. And we're kind of breaking down, because if you know me, you know I'm a sucker for like a good how did you meet story, or like how did they propose and shit. I love that type of shit, bro. I love the whole how did you get engaged, like that's my shit. I love rom-coms. So I'm like all about like, yeah, so like how'd you guys meet, what was the first date? And like they described the first date, and it was like hilarious. Like it was like buddy had just got a DUI, so he couldn't drink, so he's like mad nervous, and she's like, why am I only ordering drinks? And he had a breathalyzer in the car and shit. Funny shit.
Right.
Good times. But she had said something. She said on the first date that she had told her friends already that she had a 5-date rule before he could fuck. Which was interesting to me. And then the other interesting thing was she said that she told him the 5-date rule thing. Okay. So question would be, do you know of a girl that ever had a date rule with you? And then would she tell you? And like, how would you react to that?
I've never ran across a person that really had a 5-date rule.
Same.
I don't even think I know somebody that had a 5-date rule. Just, I think it's just a situation like I mean, what do girls say all the time? They know from the second they meet you if they're gonna do it or not, and it's up to you to talk yourself out of it. As far as what they tell us. So I mean, if you hear a girl tell you she got a 5-date rule, you still pursuing it?
Doug, I've never heard the 5-date rule. I always hear like I didn't think I'd be doing this or some shit like that, and that's
Right.
You feel like that's cap anyway. Like you already knew what you was doing when you slid. Come on, dog, get it together. Like a 5-date rule, I feel like you'd be setting yourself up kind of for failure, though, right? Like if a John hits me, like you got a 5-date rule, like all right, if I am a scumbag and a sleazo, like now I'm gonna be on my best behavior for 5 dates. I'm gonna fucking dip. Like now you're putting up the challenge, so like I'm gonna like play my cards right for 5 dates and skedaddle. And now I'm trying to fuck before 5 dates. I guess like in theory I understand the concept of it, like like you're gonna wait around for 5 dates or like. You gotta be really intrigued. Do you like? Are you Karen if you hit on the first date?
Nah,
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't think it make you look any type of way.
I don't care.
I don't think at any age it ever really mattered like what date they let you be intimate with them. Because if the setting's right, if the vibe is right, if y'all having a good time, I mean, who's to say anything's gonna be different from the first date or the 5th date?
Dog, I am almost 30. If you let me fuck on the first date, I could care less. That's not how I'm dictating our relationship from there. That shit is weird.
Nah, but we can't act like there aren't dudes that's probably like, damn, she let me hit the first date.
Can we not?
Like, I mean, it's just like, come on, bro. Like,
can we not? Can we not act like that though?
I mean, if it's fucked up because it probably is people, and then they might even look at it to the point where, damn, if I let him hit, he gonna think I look like this, and it's like in our minds, we like that shit don't matter to us.
Yeah, here's a good point because me and you come off a lot like that. Oh, we don't give a fuck. We're all like super for the women a lot of the times and shit. Let's not get it chopped, ladies. If you go on a motherfucking date with a fella the first night and you give the pussy up, 7 out of 10 times he's thinking you're a thought and he's not gonna take you serious.
7 out of 10? Nah. If y'all have a good time and y'all get back and it's like, yo, so what you about to do? And then it happens.
I don't know, bro. I think it comes with a level of maturity to where it's like, yo, like you got to be at a certain age to understand more about like how you're vibing and shit.
That's what I'm saying. If you're having a good time.
But like some guys are mad cocky to where they feel like, yo, they have a good time with every John. So if she get the pussy up or fuck on the first night, then that's just the kind of girl she is.
See, I might judge a little if like we go see a movie and you just unzip my pants, and you just getting head in the movies on the first day. You like, oh,
that's vibes though. That's vibes though. That's vibes though. Right?
That's not vibes. That's not vibes. You snap it, and then that's when you like, damn. First date, like you either gonna gas yourself and be like, damn, maybe I'm like that, like I get it like that, or you like, oh, she out here, like, yeah, you probably not gonna cuff that one that do it at the movies first date.
If I'm at the movies, that's the deal breaker for you.
That's what I'm saying. Like we out in public and you going crazy first date. Oh, this is crazy.
I'm thinking I'd have to get a girl perspective on this, but I'm thinking if you're a girl and you're putting a date rule on it, you're trying to prove something to yourself.
Yeah, is that a bad thing though?
What, like, like I have to really like this guy and it's not just gonna be a fucking thing, or like what are you trying to prove?
Maybe they've done it 2 or 3 times on the first date and that shit ain't work. So now all of a sudden they got a 5-day rule for the next person. I mean, you can't really be mad at that.
I think but I think if you're a guy and you're in it for the puss, then you're in it for the puss. So it doesn't matter if it happens first date, second date, third date, 15th date. Right. Like if that's what they're around for, like as soon as that's not that convenient and that's like it's not worth it, then they're gonna dip off. So it doesn't really matter if it's a 3rd date, 4th date, 5th date rule.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't think it matters if it's the first date because either he gonna get it and dip or he gonna get it and stay. So I mean, whether you do the 5 date or the first date, as long as it ain't 20 minutes into the date, you good. In my book.
I don't think I've ever took a girl less serious because she let me fuck early.
Nah. And that might be a cocky thing, like you said.
Yeah, because we all as guys feel like we are the coolest fucking people in the world.
Right.
So if I fuck early, I'm just thinking I was just that swaggy and smooth, and I made you feel that comfortable. And then you can hit me with the ego boost the next day, like I just felt so comfortable around you. I'm not usually that. And then I'll be like, yeah, I know I've made people feel great. You feel me? Like I'm not gonna look at you crazy. It's just gonna stroke my ego more than anything. Or
we just had a good time. The vibe was right. The setting was right. The mood was right, and it happened.
And maybe I'm that cool. Either way, it's not your fault.
Are you judging if she lets you hit the first date though?
Rick Ross said in a bar of years ago, if she let me fuck worthy, if she let me fuck early, she's trustworthy. I live by it.
Come on, man.
I live by it.
Preach. Rose said it.
He only talks real shit. He only talks real shit. If she let me fuck early, she's trustworthy. Doug, Tasha's 100%. The girls always hit him with, bullshit, Tasha. You don't hit him with, I typically do this. Yeah, okay, correct. Girls always hit him with the, like, I don't usually do this, but I feel mad comfortable with you. Like, you made me feel like I've known you forever, blah, blah. We know it's game, but we eat that shit up still.
Right. We not about to be like, nah, you said this before.
Yeah, you said this to Ryan and Bobby last week. Nobody gives a fuck, dog.
Yeah, we don't care. It ain't that we don't care.
If I had that, John, girls hit me with that shit all the time. Nah. I've had girls say that to me in the past, and I'm always just like, Like I try to make people feel comfortable and whatnot. But it's definitely you always get hit with it, like, I just feel so comfortable around you, or I feel like we've known each other forever and shit. Girls aren't smooth with their game either, bro.
Nah, but are we?
We try to be. I don't know. We try to be. We try to be.
Probably say the same shit. Like, yeah, me neither. Yo.
I trusted you from the minute I met you.
Right, but it's a game. Are we just saying what they want to hear?
It's a game for them. I mean it every time.
Right. Like, nah, I really feel like I know you far.
I feel like I've known you my whole life.
Right.
Don't even know the bitch middle name and shit.
Right. You don't know her real name. You just know her by.
No, I fucking love you.
This shit is fucked up.
Yeah. That fucking 5-day rule is gonna backfire on ladies for me. Let me fuck. I'll love you within a month for sure. Give me some game and some puss. It's over.
Right. Lock it down. Shit.
I feel so comfortable with you. Shit.
Damn,
that's crazy. Little spoon me.
Right. They giving out early game first date. Shit.
I love that shit.
Are you mad at the girls that go crazy with the makeup on the first date, or you like them bare on the first date?
You know what, bro? I don't want to be this guy, but I like 100%. I like girls with confidence, so it's like whatever you feel like you're at your baddest, I'm all for. So like if you feel comfortable with the bare face and shit, I'm gonna think it's attractive. Like, because if I think you're pretty, I think you're pretty.
Right.
And I'm like super personality guy. Don't get it fucked up. I'm shallow to an extent, and I definitely like pretty females and whatnot.
Right.
But once I get infatuated with the personality, you can't look shitty to me. So I'm already thinking like you're bad.
Right. Yeah, I ain't never been heavy on the makeup, because everywhere we go, you're not really gonna get, or I don't think you're gonna get made up, but I've never been mad at it either at the same time. So when it comes to the makeup, I mean, you went the easy route and said personality, but do you like that shit?
All right. Do I prefer makeup?
Let me rephrase it. Have you ever met somebody, seen them one way, and then seen them another way, and you was like, oh shit, whole different person type shit?
You know what I fucking hate is when you give them hugs and shit, and then you like damn, bitch, I just got a new shirt. Like, I wore this. This was a nice shirt. Yeah, this shit
for you.
Crazy. And now I got a whole I wore this nice shirt for you. I smell good and shit. Now I got a whole fucking face on my John.
For the rest of the day.
You already pretty. Relax.
Right.
Now I look like a fucking dickhead.
Right.
Or at least put that spray that sets it.
He's
like don't fucking make it rain on me with makeup, dog. Like I don't need that.
Nah, not at all.
Nah, I'm not like all guys say that shit.
I think we believe it though. I think we believe it, man. Because we've said it enough to the point where it's like now, because I mean, majority of the time, if you really want to be with somebody, the majority of the time they're not gonna be made up.
Bro, I do not think that girls are doing the makeup shit for us.
I believe that 100%. Because I mean, they always say that that's for them to make them feel good.
Drake said it best, dog.
What do you say? Sweatpants, haircut, no makeup on. That's a fact.
It's a fact. We like John's regular in their natural state for the most part. If you overdo it, the makeup and shit, I respect it, and I'm gonna say you look good, and you probably do look good, but you're not doing it for me. But I'm gonna compliment you because I appreciate the effort.
Right,
but you're not doing it for me. That shit's more of a competition with girls to see, like, I don't know where the fuck they doing it for, but they doing it, not for us.
Nah, definitely ain't for us.
You doing it for guys, you come out in some boy shorts and a fucking tank top with a ponytail, and we'd act like you was on fucking Victoria's Secret for one runway going crazy, dog.
Baddest in the world.
Oh my God. Nuts. Yo guys are mad simple and mad horny. This shit don't take too much, dog.
Nah, not at all. I mean, the less makeup you like, I mean, I ain't gonna say you more confident if you wear less makeup, but
I wouldn't say that, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm not gonna say that. Okay, Jay says to enhance your beauty, not to compete.
Okay. Who are you who's to say that's enhancing your beauty though? I guess that's a self-confidence thing though.
And she definitely said definitely not for men. So it's for her. It's for them. I can't be mad at that. If you truly doing it for you, I'm not mad at it.
But if you like, all right, so let me ask you this though. So if it's like if girls is just doing it for them, why are you doing that for like to go on a date and shit? Though? You just like you trying to impress the people that's going to see you.
I think
because if it's not for you, dude, like if you're going on a date with me and I'm telling you like, yeah, all right, do a little lip, you feel me, do a little fucking lash or whatever the fuck you do, but you ain't gotta do all that contouring shit and whatever you do. You feel me, like
they said, I definitely think it's for them. Like when they go out. Before they walk out the door, they look at themselves like, damn,
I'm a baddie.
Yeah, right. Right.
Damn, I'm a baddie.
I can't be mad at that. I can't.
Nah, fuck no. It's like when I wear fitteds to a nice restaurant. I'm not doing it for the restaurant.
Nah, it's for me.
Jade, I completely disagree with you. I don't think that the overly makeup shit looks good in pictures. I think it looks chalky, and I think like that. The picture catches it a little weird. And who gives a fuck if it looks better in pictures, too?
I mean,
who cares?
We know, but that's us talking, though.
Who cares? Like, why is there so much emphasis on, like, how the picture is going? Who gives a fuck about how it looks in the picture? Like, how does it look in the moment?
Again, man, that's us, man. And you know we don't give a fuck about none of that. It's for them.
Yeah. I think, like, makeup's kind of turned into, like, more of, like, an accessory, like, swag type shit more than it is anything. Like that's kind of like their outfit. Like that's just part of their fit.
The only beef I got with makeup is when like your face is a whole different color than like everything else, and I'd be like, you overdid that shit.
Yeah, some girls look mad fucking crazy with the makeup. They do. They do.
If that shit ain't done right, which I don't know what's done right, but in my eyes, when it ain't done right, I just be like, okay.
Yeah. If your fella wants you to put on a bunch of makeup, he's a blade.
Yeah, that's where we gonna take it.
No, that's not.
Yeah, take it that far.
Yeah, I'm just guys really appreciate natural beauty, and not even that like the makeup shit's not natural because it's enhanced, and like we're fucking losers for talking about this shit this long because it's kind of a girl's choice regardless. But yeah, guys really do like appreciate the Reggie look for girls.
In a real way.
It is interesting though having like a bunch of lady friends and like even girls I used to deal with that I'm close with now. Like you'll be surprised like what girls are insecure about, like or like what they're trying to cover up or hide. You'd be like, yo, what the fuck? Nobody's even looking at that. Yo, like that looks fine. You're crazy. Yeah. Like that's one of your more attractive like features. Like John's don't be liking their fucking how their hips look or their smile or so. Like what are you talking about? Yo, like mad guys compliment that shit about you. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean but I'm pretty sure that's just a natural thing, man. And we I guess we can't really drill too hard on it because it is for them at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's for girls.
So I mean,
and then there's a huge ass unrealistic thing they're trying to compete with. Movie stars, news reporters, TV stars, Instagram models who have like the top tier makeup artists nonstop So like there is like this like ideal of perfection that people are chasing. Me personally, I don't like perfection. I like imperfections. I think they're attractive. You got a mole or a gap or some shit like that. I think that shit's pretty.
So you think they chasing perfection when they do the makeup?
Yeah, aren't they?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I do think it's just like us putting a fucking fitted on, us putting some fresh sneaks on. Like it's probably people that's like,
if I throw a
you
fitted
gotta
on,
have a new
my
pair of
cuts fucked
sneakers
up
every day.
every
Why you gotta wear a new t-shirt every time you go out? Like it's just some shit that dudes like to do the same way. They just like to throw makeup on.
Yeah, why do we do that? We do that to look cool though. Like that's our best ideal version of ourselves.
And you hear that's us talking. So imagine two girls talking, they probably gonna say we do that to look cool. So I mean,
you think girls would think it was weird if guys started doing makeup?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And
No,
Brittney fucking Renner can just be a predator and shit.
Yeah, bag a 19-year-old all makeup.
It's not fair. Somebody come fucking beat my face, dog. I want to look fucking perfect too, dog. Shit ain't right. It ain't fair, dog.
Dudes start wearing makeup. That's when you know we done gone too far.
If dudes start wearing makeup, I'm out. That's where I'll start wearing my Wrangler jeans and fucking Chuck Taylors every day. I'm out on that.
I'm gonna wear a flip flop with socks every day if it gets that far.
I already do that. That's crazy. I already do that. I throw one good fit on a month. I don't even know how I get John. I mean, I don't. You next topic though.
Where you want to go?
You know, a few guys that get their brows waxed. That's great. Good for you.
Shit, man.
Dudes wearing lace
got to the point where dudes starting to get their nails and shit done.
Now, Tasha's got a good point there. Dudes is wearing lace fronts, and I'm not mad at that because I'm all about confidence. Yo, if your hairline's fucked up and you want to get the little toupee, John, I know like 3 or 4 friends now. It's funny, my one buddy I work with like was the first person I heard do that shit.
She said makeup next. No, makeup ain't next.
It's not.
Makeup ain't
cracking the fuck up when he got it. My buddy Dex, who just got married. Congrats to Dex. But he got that shit years ago, probably like 2 or 3 years ago. And I've had like 3, 4 friends grab that shit since. And I personally wouldn't do it, but more power to you. Yeah, like whatever you think is cool. I'm all about confidence. So if girls want to like go super crazy with their makeup, guys want to get the wig, motherfucking whatever, more power to you. Tasha, Dex was on fucking NBC with the wig. There's no blast to be put. My man is confident. That's the type of shit I like, though. If you're going to get some shit, tell everybody you got it. More power to you. Have confidence in that shit.
Fuck it.
Where you want to go next, bro?
Oh, the mask coming back. Speaking of makeup, the mask coming back, man. Mask coming back. So now the makeup going to be all on the mask again. How are we feeling about the mask mandate coming back?
They mask be fucked up.
So it's like, don't even put the makeup on. Y'all can chill for another couple months because the mask coming back anyways.
Beige ass mask and shit. I mean, it should have never went away, bro. That's not even really a topic. The mask should have never went away, bro. Man, people getting sick still.
It shouldn't have. And they still dying, so. I
me
mean,
and you
tricked us. They tricked us.
Me and you still haven't got the vax.
We haven't got the vax, man.
That science shows that if the majority of people don't get the vax, then the strands are just going to continue to mutate and you can't really get rid of the virus until then. And yet I still don't really want to get that shit.
Me neither.
It's crazy. I'm a man of science and I'm still fighting it.
At this point, I don't even really have a defense for not getting it.
I am just becoming conservative so quick. I don't want to wear a mask anymore either. I'm mad.
I think for me, as far as the vax is just really, I mean, it sounds repetitive, but I don't get the flu shot. I done got my shots for school. I done got my shots as a baby. I mean, I ain't trying to be the motherfucker that's saying I don't need the vax and then die next week either, though. So,
100%. Like if I got cancer, I'd definitely get chemo.
For sure.
I don't know what the fuck is in chemo.
But I think people still die when they get the chemo.
Yeah, people. I don't know. I just want shit to get back to regular, bro.
No, that's everybody wish, man. This shit.
I feel like we wasted like the last 2 years. I need to hurry up and seed something. And this shit's just holding me up because I'm so sick about COVID. I feel like I have to wear condoms if I wear a mask. So it's just fucking me up.
All right, question. Would it ease your mind if you got the vax though? Would you be less worried about COVID if you got the vax?
I've never been one to be scared to death. You feel me? And I feel like that the overall thing about COVID is like you catch that shit and you die or you kill your family member or whatnot. And I've just never been that guy. So like it's never been like I'm always been on like, yo, COVID, that shit kill me. That shit kill me.
And
Write
really
me a cool obit.
for me with this shit is just not giving it to other people. That's the only thing with me. Like that's the only part where I feel even selfish about it is if I don't get it. Am I being selfish if I catch it and then somebody I come in contact with die? And I'm like, not necessarily saying it came from me that they died, but if somebody died that I knew I was around, I'd be like, fuck.
I am seeing
that would be fucked up.
I am seeing kids are catching the Delta shit a lot more. So I think that'll be a real dynamic switch. But it's so far gone into like a political issue to where it's now like, yo, you're either a stupid ass sheep people or you're a fucking idiot anti-vaxxer. And honestly, like I think at this point I'd rather be sheep, dog. I'm just gonna go get the vax. I'm getting it. I'm sold. I'm gonna get it.
So made the decision live on the pod.
Yeah, I'm sold. I'm getting that shit.
Yeah,
that's a good point. People are still catching it when you get vaxxed, but they say you just don't get that sick.
Tasha says her homegirl got vaccinated and caught COVID twice. That's fucking crazy to me.
That's cool. But did she go to the hospital?
I don't know, but the thing is, you could catch. That's the thing. You could still catch it and still pass it along. So
that's
like
no filtered Capones, I could still get cancer.
Yeah, but you're not killing nobody by smoking Capones. That's the thing. That's the whole. That's the end thing.
I saw Michael Jordan at the bar last week, and I took a Capone. I blew it right in his face, dog. He could have checked off that shit.
So you seen Michael Jordan last week?
I didn't see him.
Okay.
We was at the same bar, so I basically saw him.
All right. You was in the vicinity with the goat.
It's the same thing, dog.
All right, I ain't mad at that.
We felt each other's vibes, dog.
Right.
That's for sure.
Both smoking tobacco at the bar.
100%. Our lungs are in the same shape.
Shout out to MJ, man.
Shout out to MJ. There's nobody that likes white bitches more than MJ.
Yeah, he got a nice Colombian thing. I think he's married again.
Is he? Because he was in the bar with at least 5 whites.
You snitching on MJ, man? You gonna snitch on MJ, bro? You gotta relax, dog.
No, they was all like mad middle-aged white. Fuck, never mind.
Yeah, let's get up out of here. Man, shout out to the GOAT, man. Damn, we're not gonna tell on MJ on our shit.
Dog. Fucking COVID, dog.
Damn.
No, the masks are coming back. I'll be like whatever. I'll wear the mask again. Whatever the fuck we have to do at this point. Whatever the fuck we have to do at this point. Do you ever wake up with the? Nah, I don't. Let's not go back to that.
What you thinking?
Nah. Next topic.
Man, not to go the baby route again, but new comic coming out, Batman comic coming out, and they got Robin coming out as a bisexual in the comics. Are they taking it too far?
Yeah. I wish Jake was here.
Right.
I do think they're really forcing the issue now.
Yeah. I don't remember a time knowing any comic book character, any cartoon character, sexuality. I didn't know that, like, or even to the point where you gotta announce it. Like that's what you're gonna do.
Like we knew, like people kind of assumed SpongeBob was gay, but like he didn't have to come out and say it.
And the thing about SpongeBob, we still watch SpongeBob.
You not watching Batman no more?
I mean, that's a comic. I don't read comics, but Dark Knight, one of my favorite movies. So shout out to Batman.
So they made the Robin fella bi in the comic?
Yes, he's bisexual.
So do I feel like they're forcing like the gay, like what is the question now? I don't get it. Are they forcing the issue here?
Yeah, are they forcing us to be
acceptance of the gays?
Yeah, accepted.
Is it a bad thing if they are?
I don't know. I just want to know what the end goal is. Is it to make people aware? Like what's the point in knowing what Robin sexuality is? All I want to know is who the fuck they saving next, who the fuck they fighting next.
True, but I think to a point, if they keep forcing an issue like this, it won't be news.
I think
isn't that the end goal? To where we're so comfortable with it, it's just not news.
But they're making it news because why couldn't it just the comic just come out and then you find out when you read like, oh shit?
But I'm sure that's probably what happened though, isn't it?
Nah, they announced it before the comic even came out.
Like, yeah, by the way, Robin's kind of gay.
Yeah, Robin's gonna be bisexual in this new comic.
What's bisexual? You believe in that?
I have no idea because y'all looked at me crazy when I said I don't know if people are born gay. So I have no idea, bro. I have no idea.
I think we both like know.
Tread lightly. You already snitched on Mike.
Nah, they had a video posted on TikTok. I think as far as like the straight guys I know, there's no such thing as bisexual for fellas, and most of the girls I know would agree with that too. If you like guys, you like guys.
So if a
is that wrong?
I have no fucking idea. If a girl like a girl, is she gay?
That's the argument. I am not for the girl on girl shit, bro.
Okay, so
I do not like that.
If you met a girl and you was attracted to her, liked her, and you found out
been there, done that.
A girl.
Been there, done that. Been talking to a girl who was like, "Yo, me and my best friend eat each other out. That's cool." No, not to me.
I'm saying, but this girl you like though, a girl you like.
Yeah, been there, done that.
And it was a dub after that.
It wasn't a dub, but it was like, yo, can't like. Am I supposed to like? Because to me, if I'm dating you and you and your friend is scissoring each other on Tuesdays when you get drunk, that's still cheating to me.
Right.
How is that not? I don't understand how that's not cheating. That's still a cheating thing.
Right. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And now I gotta feel weird when you with your best friend. Like I don't know if she's trying to gun you. Like that shit would just make me uncomfortable.
Every time she around, oh, you about to hang with so and so, and then in the back of your mind, you like, oh shit, here they go with that.
Yeah, they about to scissor.
All right, so what is it? Okay, so with a girl, like, what is it you worried about? That this girl gonna take you? Like, the friend gonna take her from you, or you just like, nah, just don't be doing that. Period.
That's an interesting, John. Because I in theory
told you before, like, oh, this is something we do. To me, it's not like
no,
invite her with her.
Let me take it back.
With you.
Let me take it back. I don't like this shit, but I do think you can be bisexual if you're a girl, and I do think you can be bisexual as a guy. Okay. I definitely think there's guys out here that are fucking guys and fucking girls. I don't think there's quite a few guys out here that have kids that are gay now. So, right. But bisexuality has to be a thing. Is it accepted as a thing in our culture or how we grew up? No. From guys, probably not. No, not even close. But yeah, from girls it is, but from guys, nah. We're just fucked up, probably. But I'm at the point to where I just don't care who you fuck. Nah, not at all. Not at all. I don't care. Whatever turns you on, and then I just think the cartoons and the TV shows and everything where it feels like it's overly excessive that they're announcing these characters are going gay. If they keep doing it, it won't feel overly excessive in 20 years, and I think that's the point. That it's just going to make it a norm, because I do think there's a lot more gay people and bisexual people than people realize. For sure. I think there is still a big stigma about it, and I think there's some really, when that NFL player came out not too long ago on the Raiders, I think he's on the Raiders, and he was talking about the charity, and it was a fucking 1 out of 5 gay kids kill themselves and shit. That shit is nuts. He played it smooth because he was like, I didn't think I would have to do this, but I know by doing this it'll make people more comfortable. He did that shit too. Yeah, he did. But the charity he was pushing. Shit, you remember the Michael Sam shit? Michael Sam wasn't good enough to care. That was kind of his. I mean, Michael Sam was SEC Player of the Year. He was borderline get drafted, borderline not. So it was kind of are you doing this because you think it's going to help you get drafted? I think that's the thing with people when they come out with these things is why you gotta tell us? I think that's really the only question. Just like with Batman and Robin, with the Robin situation, what y'all gotta tell us for? Just let them be bisexual. We don't care. We just want to know who the fuck Batman and Robin saving. And what's the harm in? All right, so what's the harm in them telling us though? Because
okay, with this new comic situation? Is it because you want us to pick the comic up? Is your comic not good enough to hold on its own and we could just find out while we read the comic? Do we need the announcement?
So your issue with it is that they're exploiting the gay culture?
I mean, that's what it sounds like to me. If we
but
gonna
that's not the issue, though, is it?
I mean, what's the issue then?
The issue for people is just that they don't think that's appropriate.
They don't think Robin being bisexual is appropriate?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting out of it. That Robin's bisexual, or that the Rugrats mom is now gay on the revamp, or that SpongeBob came out and said he's gay, and that people just don't think that's appropriate.
I mean, to me, it's like when you a child and you watching SpongeBob, you don't even give a fuck. You just want to look at you just want to watch SpongeBob and laugh at the stupid shit that's going on.
When do kids know they're? I guess that's too deep of a dive.
Yeah, probably.
I just don't I don't know. I'm thinking if kids know they're gay at 8 or 9, I don't know when kids know that type shit.
Me neither.
I just don't know. So I feel like that would be cool for them to have somebody to represent their lifestyle or what they think, to make it feel like that's normal for them too. But I don't I also wouldn't put anything sexual in front of kids that young either. And I don't know if that their sexuality is necessarily sexual. I don't know. It's a weird line, bro. It's just a weird Jon.
Yeah, I mean, it really came out of left field. Like I said, man, it would be cool if you just read the comic and you're like, oh shit, Robin, I guess
Robin seemed a little sweet.
Yeah, Robin out here switching and shit. Like, okay. But
Robin got heels.
Yo,
one day when he got Tim the other day,
right.
going nuts.
Well, you just took the page and read the next one, like, oh shit, they just took down Mr. Freeze and shit. And you're like, all right, bet. Shout out to Robin. It ain't never dawned on me that SpongeBob was gay.
Yeah.
It just never dawned on me that SpongeBob, I didn't give a fuck. I was watching Nickelodeon. I'm watching SpongeBob. This motherfucker funny.
I think, one of the funnier ones was I was a big Rugrats guy when I was a kid, and the Phil and Lil twins' mom was always mad sporty, and now that we're older, she seemed kind of butchish.
Did they have a dad?
I never thought about it. They did have a dad, and he was kind of more feminine, but he wasn't he was more of the weaker one out of the group.
I do.
And now that they revamped it, she's lesbian in the revamp.
No pop.
No pop.
Damn, they just gonna eliminate with pop. Damn.
Now I feel like they're kind of taking away the stereotype of that women can't be sporty and shit.
That's what I'm saying. And dudes can't be feminine. They made it work in the 90s. Yeah. They made it work in the 90s. We get in the 2020s. But they can't make it work no more.
Got me sold here. I don't have much of an argument here.
Tasha said they talking about removing sex from the birth certificate too. That's wild. Is it wild? Matter of fact,
I don't know if that's true though.
Is it not?
I don't know if that's true.
Okay.
Because I feel like they just came out and said they're not going to take it off government issued IDs or passports.
Okay.
Because they have to know. Yeah, the whole if you're in the corporate world right now, you're if you go on LinkedIn or if you're applying for jobs, or even if you're you're emailing certain jobs, you have to start putting your pronouns at the bottom of your signature.
And when you say putting the pronouns for the people that don't understand,
I'm I'm a he him. So my shit would be Dylan Darty, so and so number, so and so email, he him.
And that's how they're supposed to address you when they.
That's how they're supposed to address me in the email. Yeah.
Damn.
Or if I talk to certain people and they say they, them, whatever, you feel me? Then that's how you address them.
I do remember.
So the more progressive companies like Amazon or Google, if you're exchanging emails with them and shit, that's what it says, and that's how you have to kind of follow. So that's where it's going. Or if you see it the recruitment, there's a big recruitment Jon going right now, and I want to say it's for Amazon, but it's this trans man. Is trans man when the guy wants to be a Jon, or is that a trans woman?
I have no idea. I just think transsexual. I think
that's so trans. It was a fella that was turning into a Jon. And I mean that in a non-offensive way, if it is offensive. But they're getting ready for their job interview, and they're mad nervous because they're putting their cap on and all that shit. And they get to the interview, and it was the guy was what do you prefer to be called? And she was like, thanks, it's she, her. And then it came out and was Google or Amazon, treat everybody with respect.
The first question in the interview now. Do you think people going to be discriminated against? They call me a they?
Bro, when I think I might play it safe and start going by they them.
Damn, really?
Might play it safe, dog.
I think you might be. I mean, if you
I'm
got
not about to be a straight white guy out here, dog. Just fucking.
you feel like you got less opportunity.
Joe Rogan was right.
Less
Somehow they have to know I'm kind of cultured.
Shit, man. I mean, you think this is good or is it a bad thing?
Bro, I 100% think whatever makes like the majority of people comfortable or whatever I don't give a fuck. If you want to be called they, them, if you want to be called an orange, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I will call you whatever makes you happy, dog. I just don't care. I don't care. And I think the majority of people feel the same way. We just don't give a fuck. If you're gay, more power to you. Fuck who you want. If you want to be called a Jon and you was born a guy, I'll call you a Jon. I don't care. I think the like real hiccup is when people try and force that shit on you.
Yeah, and I
people
think that's
buck at it. You feel me? Like if you were born a guy and now you like start taking hormones and wearing wigs and shit, and now you're trying to talk to a guy who identifies as straight, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't fuck with guys." You can't be mad at him for that.
No.
Just because you identify as a woman doesn't necessarily mean that like everybody has to take you as that. Now they can respect you by it and not like attack you or like do anything that makes you uncomfortable, but you can't like everybody's not gonna buy into everybody's lifestyle, dog.
Right. Yeah, I definitely don't think nobody deserves to be attacked for being with whatever they want to be. If you feel like you're a woman, you feel like you're a man, more power to you. If that's how you want to be addressed, more power to you. But like you said, and same with everything else that we've said in previous podcasts, when you start forcing it, I think that's when you start getting the pushback. Like
it's the same shit with the vax, completely different, but the same shit with the vax.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically being forced now, and it's like, I mean, shit just get questioned when it's forced. It's like, all right, what are we doing this? What's the grand scheme? Like, and I think that's the thing is we don't even know what's trying to be accomplished when they say when did the pronouns even come into play? Like what was the situation that made the pronoun come into play?
I think it was just like I honestly don't know. I don't know, bro. I feel like I'm progressive, but I don't know if I am anymore.
Right.
But like I'm progressive in the mindset of like whatever makes you comfortable, I'm all for. I don't care. I don't care like what you identify as. And not only do I not care, I support whatever you identify as. If you were born a guy and you want to wear heels and a dress and you want to be called a her, I am all for that. I'll call you fucking Jessica or whatever. Right. If you're born a guy and you're gay, more power to you. I don't like. I've got gay friends. I don't care. That shit doesn't bother me at all.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Like it just doesn't. I really think the majority of people feel the same way.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't think too many people are thinking too deep into it at this point. Because I mean, it's basically been normalized. It might have been crazy like in the early 2000s, late 90s. You see somebody gay walking down the street, you're like, oh shit. But now it's like it's every day.
Now sometimes I do look at them baller alert and shade room comments when they post the Little Nas X and the baby stuff, and it do be mad comments in there talking about like they're exposing our kids to this, trying to make them gay, blah blah. And I do be like feeling kind of bad for the gay people when I read them shits because I'm like, damn, they really painted out to be like some evil shit.
I think that's because with the Little Nas X situation, I think people were kind of fooled because when you get this catchy song, kids singing it, and then you come out months later, not saying he got to explain himself on what he was saying in the song, but when you come out months later and you're talking about it's about what it's about, you're like, oh shit, my kids know every word to this song, and you talking about it's about you on a man. I mean, that's kind of wild.
You know who I found out was gay like not too long ago?
Who?
Ricky Martin.
That's what I'm saying. Like we didn't.
I never knew. If I was singing "Living La Vida Loca" or whatever the fuck his song was, we didn't give a fuck.
We never gave a fuck. Even when we found out Frank Ocean was, I don't think nobody gave a fuck.
Yeah, Frank Ocean was ahead of the game on that.
Ahead of the game on what?
Frank Ocean came out as gay, and nobody really cared anymore.
Nobody
we didn't care. His album was too good.
That's what I'm saying. When it's like
I was listening to Thinking About You, motherfuckers like, you know, that's about a guy. I'm like, in my mind, it's about a bitch.
Right.
I'm thinking about a Jon listening to it. I could give a fuck who he wrote it about.
Right. That's what I'm saying. When I think when it's not, I don't know. I feel like the Little Nas X shit is different than the Frank Ocean shit because so many kids were singing it. And then you come out with the video you dancing with the devil. Then the next video you come out, they say he dancing with a bunch of naked dudes in the video. It's like, yo, kids gravitated towards your first joint. And I was like, I'm not saying he can't evolve and grow musically, but know your crowd, man. Know who's watching your videos. Your song was number one because of kids. It wasn't.
I completely disagree. I completely disagree.
With what?
Because I feel like this model's been given a million times. Like they did the same exact thing with Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera, and then they over-sexualized their next few singles, and nobody cared.
But what were their first songs? I don't think their first songs were like. I think
people didn't realize "Genie in a Bottle" was sexual until years later.
I mean, if you look at
Hit Me One More Time, like people like this was all like based in high school type shit. So
yeah, but we're talking about
middle school kids,
about toddlers and kids with Old Town Road.
Not the lyrics don't say that though. I mean, the lyrics aren't any more provocative or I forget the word.
Provocative.
Yeah, they're not any more than "Genie in a Bottle" or "Hit Me Baby One More Time."
I don't know, man. I just felt like when Lil Nas X came out, nobody was thinking gay. Nobody was thinking whatever he was trying to push in that song. I don't know. I'm not going to compare Lil Nas X.
But isn't that just the argument we just made for like 10 minutes?
About
you don't have to come out and say you're gay. People will just like your shit.
That's what I'm saying. He came out and did that though. He came out and explained the song. You didn't have to explain the song, bro.
His first song wasn't gay though.
That's what he came out and said it was. He said, "This is what this is about. Me and a man." And it's like, why? Like, well, that's why everybody was mad. And then the next video came out, he dancing with the devil, and then the most recent video came out, and everybody mad about that because they kids gonna click on the Lil Nas X video.
Do you think there's more of an issue with what we were talking about last week?
What?
That it was more of a hip hop song?
Well, look, what was a hip hop song?
The Country Road, John?
What you mean it was a hip hop song?
It was a hip hop song, was it not?
Shit, he fought to get it on the country shit.
Yeah, I know, but it was a hip hop song.
Okay, I guess.
And country too. Everybody knows country too. And hip hop's homophobic.
Yeah.
That's one of the bigger reasons he's having the backlash he's having. The hip hop culture is homophobic as fuck.
But I think
the country culture is too.
But I haven't seen hip hop heads saying, "Oh, he's hip. He's supposed to be hip hop." I'm saying
the hip hop heads are saying he's a piece of shit, and he's got kids following him.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not seeing anything about hip hop. I'm just seeing kids.
I'm saying, but the kids were exposed to him on some like hip hop culture shit. That's who his fan base was. It was the fucking power. It was the rap stations.
That shit was on every station, bro.
Yeah, and the pop stations, but it was a rap genre, bro. That shit was a hip hop song.
I'm not gonna give it that. You can give it that. I'm not gonna give it that. It was a big pop record. Nobody's mad because they thought he was hip hop. I think people are more mad because kids were singing.
I'm not saying that, bro. I'm saying the audience, the hip hop audience, is more homophobic. So that's what they're really like. They really don't.
I'm pretty sure it's pop people. I mean, that's just not what I follow, so I don't really know how they feel about it. But I'm pretty sure it's people that's pop code, whatever you want to call it. That's probably just as mad. Like, I didn't know my kid was watching this, and then they see the next video, he dancing with the devil.
Now, his next videos are completely inappropriate for kids. But I think he came out and said that shit though. Like, these shits aren't going to be good for kids.
But what toddlers on Twitter reading that? All they know is I want to hear Old Town Road. And then what happens on YouTube? You see the next.
Not his song. It's like, but I just don't think it's his fault that Old Town Road blew up to just kids. Like, if you listen to the lyrics, like, it's not a kid song. It's just not a kid song. It's like abundantly clear that it's not a kid song.
None of this shit his fault. Let's keep it a bean. None of this shit.
I don't see why he catches so much slack. He's literally talking about drinking lean, getting fucked up, fucking with bitches or guys or whatever it is. But in the song, it's bitches. Like, it's a very adult lyric song. So how is it ever his fault that he got kid followers? It's the parents' fault for ever letting him listen to it just because it was catchy. I mean, it was never his fault.
I mean, I guess you could blame radio. You could blame algorithms. The video was, I don't know, man. That song was one of a kind, took off. Probably one of the not in my book, but probably one of the best songs of the decade. And
I love that song, dog. And me and my godsons were riding around listening to that shit when he was extremely young, playing that shit. I'm not gonna play the fucking music video for him, though. You feel me? Like I'm not.
But where do kids live at nowadays, man? YouTube. I want to hear Old Town Road. I want to hear Old Town Road. Turn Old Town Road on. Next video that come up, he dancing with a devil. Next video come up, he dancing with a bunch of nigga dudes. Shit crazy.
Kids gonna search what they want to search, bro. Next one time it's fucking this, and next time it's stupid booties.
And it gets them exposed to shit.
But you got to put the parental lock on your YouTube. That's a parent's thing.
I feel that. That's
a whole parent's thing.
It ain't his fault, but I think from a fucked up standpoint, it was smart of him because he built his following, and now everything he does is controversial. So everything he does from now on,
he just surpassed DaBaby as the most streamed hip hop artist.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a giant fuck you to DaBaby. I honestly think DaBaby said some stupid ass shit, and I feel like he's came out and apologized like 7 times. I think they might be overdoing it on him.
You think so?
Yeah.
Like to what extent though?
I think you have to forgive ignorance. I feel like you have to, and I feel like he just wasn't in the know.
That's possible. I mean, that's definitely possible. I'm not mad at that take.
I just think it's a dangerous thing for people to like be like, as soon as they say something, just get them the fuck out of here. Because like, you got to give people room to say stupid shit so you can educate the masses. Because I'm sure there's a bunch of people that listened to that shit and was like, yeah, fuck AIDS, and yeah, fuck that gay dudes in the parking lot. Like all these guys suck. Like
again, like we said last week, man, that wasn't his audience to say that in front of.
And he exposed himself. Exactly. So he's thinking that this is like, I can get this shit off because this is the audience he's used to. And now that the fuck he's out of here, like, I just don't.
And I honestly don't even think he's out of here. I think this is gonna be a bad situation for him. And he just gonna have to deal with the consequences of this. You just gotta make good music again, bro. It's the same thing with me. People wrote Meek all the way off. Motherfuckers start making good music again. Came back. People wrote Ross off when they seen the picture. Made good music. Still on top of the game, or wherever he is in the game. It always happens. I mean, it's just how you gonna bounce back from this situation, because it ain't like he killed somebody for being gay. He just said some stupid shit out his mouth. Next time, now he know to watch his mouth. And hopefully,
I don't necessarily think that I think that the baby backlash was more about the age shit. Honestly, I think it was a combo about this, like how he positioned the age shit, and then he said the gay shit. And I think there's a stigma within both cultures, and I think that's what really got him.
I mean, at the end of the day, I think Baby will be all right. I don't think it's like career detrimental. He's going through a bad time right now. He dropped from a bunch of festivals, people taking songs down, taking his name off. He'd be all right.
Is Tyler the Creator gay?
He said he was, but
he said he was. We don't know. Tyler the Creator called Jadakiss cute, or said he had a crush on him.
Yeah, I watched the locks this morning.
Yeah, and Jadakiss kind of like brushed it off, like, yeah, stop playing with me, but like, yeah, I respect it.
Right. Haha, yeah, you got to.
That's the type of change I like to see there. Like, yeah, like, don't fucking play with me, buddy. But like, yeah, I appreciate the support.
And I don't know if you watched the whole interview, but even to the Baby point, they was like, that basically come from media training. These Baby come in the game, he don't know shit about what to say on the stage. If he
they just let the maggot fly there, right?
Yeah, but they caught themselves. They said it on there. It was like, just like when Sheik was like, yeah, we got records for the, your favorite word. He said, we got records for them. And then he corrected himself and said, nah, we got records for the ladies. Like, he said that. I caught myself. I know I'm not in the 90s no more. I got to watch what the fuck I say. So, I mean, the Baby could have easily said what he said and be like, oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend nobody. Just put your phone light in the sky. It could have been easily corrected.
Nah, I love that. All right, let's take a 10-minute break and then bounce back.
All right, man.
All right, Facebook, be back in a bit.
We'll be back. Yeah. Andrew Cuomo got basically resigned from his governor position in New York after a lot of pressure from a lot of politicians. I think even Biden asked him to step down. He got accused of sexually harassing 11 women. And they did an investigation, and that's what they came up with. Stepping down for sexual harassment. Biden was accused of it. Trump was obviously accused of it. Neither one of them stepped down. Is it right to ask somebody to step down for accusations?
My bad, bro. Run that back one more time.
From the top?
Yeah.
All right, so Andrew Cuomo, the New York City governor, resigned from his governor position. He there was 11 alleged sexual harassment from 11 different women, and pressure from politicians, obviously the people in New York City, even the President Biden. He resigned at the end of the day. Biden has been accused of sexual harassment, and President Trump was accused of sexual harassment. Is it right for somebody to have to step down for accusations? Or should it be until proven guilty, is what they tell us?
I don't know, bro, because that was interesting. That was interesting because I did see. I didn't know much about it because I honestly I haven't looked into what he got accused of. I know from back in the day, or not back in the day, fucking a few months ago. I knew he had some shit with him.
Right.
But I did see Biden ask him to step down. So so they did do a report.
Yeah, they did an investigation. The state attorney did the investigation. So I mean, but they came up, like I said, but it was all alleged. I mean, he wasn't tried in court. It wasn't taken to trial. None of it was taken to trial. He stood on. I mean, I don't even know if you heard the wild quote he said. Let me see if I can find it real quick. He said,
"Was there something about being Italian?"
He said, "I'm not perverted. I'm Italian."
I thought that was a joke.
I hope it's a joke, but I'm pretty sure that's. I don't know. I ain't gonna say it's true.
I thought it was a joke. I did not realize that was real.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's real. That's wild to say. And what does that even mean?
I know exactly what it means.
What's it mean? That's his culture?
It means that he's from a different era, which doesn't mean it's okay.
Right.
Do we forgive different eras?
At this point, no, because everybody. I mean, you canceling people or trying to cancel people for what they've done 20 years ago. They got Kevin Hart to apologize for a joke that he told a decade ago.
Now, do we have any like what the accusers are saying? What does he have been accused of?
We could definitely find out.
All right, so what? Look that up real quick if you can. But yeah, what a wild fucking trajectory switch for is it Andrew?
Andrew, yep.
Andrew Cuomo.
Yeah,
I mean, from the beginning, he was superhero champion.
Yeah.
In the beginning of the Jon of COVID, talking about how progressive he's being, how he's not fucking around. And then that came back to where he did some fuck shit with the retirement homes, to where he was kind of isolating them, letting them go back to their retirement homes. Right. To this now, to where I remember I was listening to the Brilliant Idiots last year, and they were saying, yo, he should run for president.
And that was the trajectory. Was president. That was the next thing. And I found one of the alleged ladies. She was an executive assistant, and she said one alleged incident took place in November when she was called into Cuomo's office at the executive mansion to help with a technical problem on his phone. Once she arrived, he began groping her, first with the door open, and again after closing the door. When he reached under her shirt to touch her breast, she was left confused and taken aback. She said once back in the car, she struggled with what happened.
Groping.
That's wild shit to hear.
Groping.
Groping's
fucking disgusting.
This is a 33-year-old woman that he's groping. He said, another one says, for about 2 years, the governor had made a habit of engaging in inappropriate hugging, followed by kisses on the neck, which he would later attribute to his Italian heritage.
Kisses on the neck.
Kisses on the neck are insane. Insane.
I don't even go for a kiss on the neck till the third date.
And then listen to this. And then another one claimed on New Year's Eve in 2019, she was taking a selfie with the governor. At his suggestion, she said he would wordlessly reached over and began to grope her backside. On another occasion, she said he kissed her on the lips. So he was doing some wild or he was accused of doing some wild shit. This ain't no regular shit that she's being accused of doing. And then this is even wilder. Cuomo maintained his innocence, but he did say that he thinks it was misinterpreted as unwanted flirtation. This is kind of crazy reading this. This is from NPR.
NPR's a reliable source too.
Very reliable source. So, and this is a 63-year-old man. He should know better, man.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. So, I mean, all alleged, but from what they, I mean, ain't you apologizing? Apologizing always makes you look guilty, even if you're not. Man, it's this looking bad for him, and I guess it warrants him resigning as he did.
What his brother's on CNN. Do you know how he's reacting to this?
I do not. I'm pretty sure he's. I mean, I would think he'd take the because his brother seemed like a cool dude. I don't know the
His
guy.
brother's Chris Cuomo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he's probably taken the back by because, I mean, who really knows what their brother
brother's doing? 100%.
In the dark. Because he probably thinking, Cuomo probably thinking he getting away with this shit. Even though you should know better at that point. 63? You should know better, man.
Rightfully resigned. Good for him.
Mm.
That's what he had to do. It was interesting that Biden came out so aggressively when he's had kind of the same shit thrown at him.
Accusations.
Same accusations thrown at him, so he took such a stern John on that shit. Politicians are nasty.
That's what I'm getting from it. All these motherfuckers got the same thing in common. This is what y'all do?
Politicians are nasty, bro. And not only are they just nasty, but like that generation, what was acceptable is not acceptable today.
Not even close.
In a lot of terms, not just like race relation terms, like gender terms, like what they thought was acceptable was not acceptable.
It's not even close. The weird part, I'm not even gonna say weird, but is it fucked up that he didn't get a fair trial, so to say?
So we're supposed to do guilty before proven innocent. And I do feel like because he resigned, I'm kind of throwing like, yeah. Like there's got to be some guilt aspect to it.
If you feel like you weren't guilty, would you resign?
See, that's the thing with him being kind of a progressive mayor. Yes. Like you kind of would have to.
So you just, I mean, I can't be mad at that. I find it crazy that Biden did want him to resign when he's had similar accusations. Trump didn't resign when he had similar accusations. Biden for sure as hell ain't resigning. He's still in office, as we know. So it's like you would think Biden would be less outspoken on the situation when he has accusations. I'm surprised they haven't backfired. Maybe because he's the president, so nobody's really bringing it up at this point. But to ask somebody to step down when you know you got the same type of accusations out on you is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I'm not big on being a hypocrite, bro. I thought it was really inappropriate what Trump was doing with like grabbing people and grabbing by the pussy and shit. I thought that was really nasty and like that's not the kind of vibe I'm in. I've never been the kind of guy to go smack at John's ass or none of that shit. That's never been my kind of vibes. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was inappropriate. So yeah, if they're coming out and saying Cuomo was doing some nasty shit, get the fuck out of here, bro. I don't give a fuck if you're Italian or not. Kisses on the neck are weird.
Yeah, kisses on the neck.
Yeah, that shit is nasty, bro. You giving hugs and kisses on the neck, or if you're flirting,
what are you doing?
Yeah, you're freaky, bro. What are you doing, dog? You're 63. These 32-year-old interns or colleagues don't want you fucking touching them. It's the same way, like you're like. I don't know what if there's got to be a message like broadcast on like white people like broadband or whatnot. Mm-hmm. You can't touch black girls' hairs in the office, yeah.
Yeah,
it's just not appropriate.
Nah,
it's not appropriate.
Everybody's hair is crazy.
It's like saying you got a nice haircut and just going for it. You keep your fucking hands to yourself. Why is that so hard for people?
I don't understand it. I don't understand it. It's kind of crazy. I mean. I said it on an earlier podcast. Y'all kind of ripped me for it. But when they in those positions, it's like, bro, you would think or assume that they know better, which might be wrong to think or assume, but at that position, it's like, bro, like you ain't supposed to be doing this shit. Nobody's supposed to be doing it, but you especially ain't supposed
Now,
to be
like
doing
I'm now okay to play like other side of it. Like as politicians, like we literally growing up saying politicians like that was an expression. Politicians like give hugs and kiss babies.
Yeah, we ain't never say politicians grab ass and kiss necks though.
I think if kissing a baby would be inappropriate at this point. Don't kiss my fucking baby.
I feel that though. I feel that. I feel that.
My fucking baby,
That's
dog.
definitely something that. Yeah, I don't know why that's the thing. I don't know why that's the thing. I don't know.
Don't kiss my fucking baby. I remember I was babysitting one of my godkids, and I was at my buddy's house, and his aunt like went to kiss one of the godkids. You don't know. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
No, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Right.
Don't kiss.
And that's probably a generational
1 out of 5
thing.
people has herpes. Don't kiss this baby.
That's probably a generational thing. Because we all have family members that when they saw us, I mean, but again, these is family members. We would get greeted with hugs and kisses and shit. But now I think that might be a little less. I don't know why. Maybe the times, you think? Because I mean, it had to be a thing for them, for everybody to feel this older generation to feel is regular. It had to be a thing at some point.
Yeah, 100%. It's definitely a generational thing to where like these people are so used to being like touchy feely, and I think guys too, like the guys at that generation that were born in the '60s, feel like they can just touch and grab women,
right?
And that's kind of regular position of power to where like they can touch and grab women, and that's normal. It's not normal. That shit's weird.
I mean, you could even still see some of the older generation still might catcall a woman or say, "Oh my gosh, you look amazing today," or something. I don't know. You like, damn, you bad. Like, I don't know. Just wild, random shit where it's like our generation, the younger generation, look at that like, what the fuck? That's some weird ass shit you doing.
Being complimentary is very like there's a fine line. There's a fine line between giving compliments and like there's a fine line to it. To where it's like walking up to a girl and saying you're beautiful could be very creepy.
It can, especially, I mean, it can. And I mean, has that hindered compliments? Like, do we give less compliments, do you think, than the older generation did? Because we don't really, how often do you really just walk up to them and like, oh my goodness, you are fucking blah, 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 or you look amazing today. Like, how often do you even see that anymore?
It's a good point.
That is weird if you do some shit like that.
Yeah, 100%. You look at it like creepy. Is that a bad thing though?
I don't know. I mean, because I probably wouldn't be upset, but this a man speaking, I wouldn't be really upset if a woman told me I look good or handsome today or whatever, blah 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 blah. Oh, thank you. You look good too.
On the flip side, yeah, I've got plenty of older ladies that I work with, or I'll go on client meetings, and they'll be like, "Oh, you're so handsome," or blah blah. That shit don't make me uncomfortable.
Nah, but it's kind of like they gotta say it first type shit, which might be fucked up. It's like why? I mean, not saying this is a bad thing, but they kind of do have to say it first, to where so you don't feel as weird. You might compliment something they're wearing, or you might compliment their hair if you notice it. But you ain't just gonna walk up to a woman and be like, "Oh my goodness, you look blah blah blah." They might be like, a random person. I ain't gonna say somebody you speak to every day, but just a random person. You're not gonna just. And I mean, some people probably will though. I ain't gonna lie. Some people probably will just go up to a random person and tell them how they feel, but be looked at creepy for some reason.
Bro, if Cuomo did that shit, get him the fuck out of here.
He's gone. He resigned.
Yeah. Get him out of here. He's gone. I'm not mad at that.
Keeping it politics for another topic. Joe Biden, I think earlier this year, removed the troops from Afghanistan, and now Afghanistan government is feeling pushback. Well, not pushback, but basically violence from the Taliban once again, which is supposedly one of the reasons why we went over there in the first place, to give them structure. But they basically asking for our help again, and Biden tells them they have to defend themselves. How you feel about us having to defend other countries if they ask for our help? Especially if we were there for about what? That was damn near 20 years we was over there.
We was there for a long time, and I am very like torn on it, I guess.
I feel you on that because I've always been torn. I've always been, as a country, we should mind our own business and take care of our own people and make sure everybody over here is straight before we get in anybody else's business. Always felt that way. And then a flip side to it is like, damn, we were over there for 20 years basically protecting people. And then we just up and leave. But we was also losing troops at the same time. So it's like, do I feel bad? Yes. But would I rather our people be here focusing on us, our government focusing on us? Yes, at the same time.
Yeah, bro. Like honestly, I think a lot of people's like whole like a big thing that Trump won on the election was basically like, yo, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna pull all our troops home, and Biden kind of is fulfilling that promise to where like it's more of a conservative promise. Honestly, like that's more of a like a kind of like Republican state. It's like, yo, like let's worry about ourselves, not everybody else, kind of thing. Right. And I am completely with that. Now, what's the downside of that is shit that's happening now.
Right.
To where now it gets a little out of control and we say, yo, figure it out. But that is the old school approach to it, is to where, yo, like, yeah, figure it out, dog. We got our own shit to figure out. We got our own things to do.
Right.
Is that right? I don't know. That's kind of where you go on like an ethical point of view to where like, yo, should we help as many people as we can or should we not?
As the reports are kind of crazy. Taliban back in, I guess, full effect. They going through villages, killing people, taking out government build, like they doing the same shit they was doing before, but it seemed like it's like when you know the teacher's not watching, you smack somebody upside the head. It's like, all right, we can do whatever the fuck we want now. Like, yeah, it's fair play, fair game. And it's kind of fucked up when we were over there for so long, basically controlling the situation and looking out for them, and then we just like, all right, we've been here long enough. Y'all gotta figure it out. I don't know if I ain't read too deep into it as far as if we gave them like real infrastructure or gave them real plan or gave them money for a military, but from what it looked like, it looked kind of bad over there again, which is kind of fucked up.
Flocka's not here this week. We can bash Biden a little bit. Mm-hmm. He's not doing enough.
He's not
a strong enough personality.
He's not.
Thank God. I don't want people to get it fucked up. I'm not a Trump guy at all. Thank God he's not Trump, but he's not Obama.
Nah.
He's not Bill Clinton. He's not George Bush.
Nah.
Like, we need somebody that's a dominant presence in the office and has like a strong point of view either way. That middle ground shit you can't do. Play both sides get killed?
Yeah.
That's kind of where he's at. The play both sides get killed, bro. Like you either play one side or the other. You can't appease both sides or you get nothing done. That's just how it is.
They do say he's being aggressive and doing airstrikes, which is kind of wild.
Not surprised.
Which is I mean, you
not surprised. That was Obama's shit.
Yeah, you take it back to him. He was doing the same thing. I mean, I guess he's doing what the fuck he knows to do, I guess. I mean, I'm not too well versed on the situation. Maybe when Flocka come back, we could dive back into it and see. After a week of articles, we could dive more into it. But from what it looked like, it's like, okay, you bring the troops back, blah blah blah. But what you doing over here if you're gonna do that? If we focusing on us, what are we doing over here? Because I don't really see any movement over here. I'm hearing a lot of foreign things, but nothing really planned for us. I don't see. If we're not spending the money in Afghanistan, I think we spent $1 trillion over there. Are we gonna spend that here? I don't know. We'll see. How are you taking orders from a woman in positions of power?
Where are you going with this? Because I like this one. This is a good one.
Becky Hammond, former WNBA player. Now she's an assistant coach on the San Antonio Spurs and NBA team. She's possibly up for an NBA head coaching job and coaching a bunch of grown men, ego-filled men, millionaires. How do you think you could deal with taking orders from a female in a position of power?
Here's the interesting thing with me, bro. I 100% I've had women bosses. Mm-hmm. I've actually had a lot of women bosses now that I think about it. I'd say probably 50% of my managers and or bosses have been women. I have absolutely no problem taking orders from women.
Right.
And in a professional sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I don't have any problems with that. A lot of the reason because for you too, was raised by a mom.
Right.
My mom was the authority figure.
Right.
So like having an older woman tell me what to do. Now like let me see, like there's two sides to play this. Like having an older woman tell me what to do is not normal to me. Or not normal, not abnormal to me because I'm used to it.
Right.
I've dealt with it the majority of my life. My mom's always dictated where I've been since a child. So it's like that's not anything new to me. Now, I guess if like if your dad was the power of the household, then maybe that's iffy. Now, I am curious to see. I've never had a boss that was my age that was a woman.
Right.
And in my in my mindset, I don't think that would be an issue.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I've had I would say 3 female bosses, if you want to call them that. And only one of them really gave a hard time where I think it was more of a power trip. But the other 2 was cool. And like you said, I have no problem taking orders from a woman. I have a mom. Mom raised me. I have no problems with that. Live with my aunt. Had no problems with taking orders. You might give a little pushback here and there, but that's normal. I don't think it would be a problem. I mean, one thing she did say was she doesn't want to be just another box checked off, just to say, oh, we hired the first woman NBA head coach. She wants to be hired because of her skill at being a coach, which she has proven to be good at. She won a summer league championship. So it's not like she's not qualified. She's on one of the most storied franchises in the NBA, working under one of the best coaches of all time. So she's got to be learning something. So for me, I think Becky Hammon as an NBA coach would probably be a good fit. I ain't gonna lie, because I feel like people would be more open to listen to her, because it's like it's different, and you like, damn, like.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see how that would all fit, and I wonder because Becky Hammon's not an old woman. Becky Hammon's probably maybe 40.
Yeah, in her 40s.
Early 40s, and then you're thinking I think the whole coach dynamic in the NBA is probably funny anyway.
Why you say that?
Because as a coach in the NBA, you're probably making less. You're probably making less than what the 8th best player is.
Yeah, definitely making less than the 8th best player on the team.
So it's already an interesting dynamic because you're talking to all these young guys, and they're all making way more than you. So it's very hard to establish your kind of dominance and authority figure in that.
And it's already a thing where players will get the coach out of here if they don't like him.
100%.
So I think that might be a little pushback, because it's like some guys might be in a position to where as though they thinking I don't want to listen to no woman coach. Like I'm a man, give me a man coach, blah blah blah. But I think it's other players that'll be open to it. I mean, it is players that vouch for her and say she know what she's talking about. So I think it could be a good situation as far as her coaching, taking orders and a woman yelling at you while you making 20, 30, 40 million a year, and men ego. It's already hard enough when they got a man coach. I don't know, but it might make it harder if it's a woman.
You want to deep dive into sports?
Yeah, we could take it there.
Because I'm here. Did you see the Jason Kidd thread today?
I did not.
And we didn't talk about this freehand, so I'm kind of surprising you with this. I just saw it today. Giannis Antetokounmpo, his autobiography came out. It's coming out tomorrow, and I guess some critics got a pre-read on it. Wow, Jason Kidd sounds like a fucking psycho.
I mean, before you give me the backstory, from what I do know about the Jason Kidd Giannis situation, Giannis is Giannis because of Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd is the one that put the ball in his hand. Jason Kidd is the one that said you're going to run my
Kidd sounds like a fucking psycho, buddy.
All right, break it down for me.
Jason Kidd. So I guess his joint came out, and they first started out to where I guess Jason Kidd went to the Bucks after he coached the Nets for a little while. And they're trashing J Kidd on Twitter right now. And I guess they lost the game the day before Christmas. And this is when Zaza Pachulia was on there, Brandon Knight was on there, Jared Dudley was on there. And I guess they lost, and he goes, "Hey, Zaza, you think that was a winnable game?" And Zaza's like, "Yeah, coach, for sure." And he's like, "So you think you guys deserve to have off on Christmas?" And Zaza's like, "Well, coach, like, yeah, I understand, like, you're mad, but, like, guys make plans for this. They fly home." And he's like, "Okay, well, fine. Hey, Jared, winnable game? Yeah. You guys deserve to have off on Christmas?" He's like, "Yo, coach, dog, like, we got families and shit, blah, blah." He's like, "All right, cool. See you guys tomorrow morning." And they're like, "Yo, coach, we got flights to go see our families and shit. We're going to run until you guys can't fucking run tomorrow. It's Christmas, dog."
Okay.
It's Christmas. Yeah, you remember when Larry Sanders was really good?
Yeah.
And then he just retired out of nowhere?
That was why?
Do you know who was coaching Larry Sanders?
Fucking Jason Kidd.
Jason Kidd. They said Jason Kidd would belittle Larry Sanders.
To what point?
You're a fucking piece of shit. You don't deserve to be in the NBA. Run. Yo, J Kidd, we just ran for 3 hours. Can we be done? No, we're going to go do weightlifting for an hour. And then after that, we're going to do pool exercises for 2 hours. Coach, I can't fucking breathe. They said Larry Sanders said, "Coach, I need to go to the bathroom." They said, "All right, we'll wait for you to go to the bathroom." Larry Sanders walked out of the building, went to the hospital, and checked himself in for dehydration.
Oh, shit. Now, I'll start with the Christmas thing. If you making, I ain't caping for Jason Kidd.
That's just as Jason Kidd actually said, "You guys get paid a lot of money to do this. This is your job. We're running."
I ain't caping for Jason Kidd. But if you're getting 20, 30, 40 million a year,
which is 1 out of every 100 NBA players.
Okay, if you're getting $1 million to 20 a year,
there we go,
to play basketball, I get it that you're gonna be mad, but this your job. Your job runs through Christmas. Some players don't get to go home for Christmas. Some players got to play games on Christmas, which they've always been opposed to.
And most jobs don't get summer break.
And most jobs don't
get summer breaks either.
Why are you making millions? Granted, not everybody's making millions, but most of y'all making millions a year.
Almost everybody, yeah.
Yeah. So at that point, I'm not mad at it. The running shit.
All right.
Run till you can. That's fucking crazy. Belittling somebody because you don't like how they playing. That's fucking crazy.
Here goes another point to where they said Giannis actually said this one within his doc that J Kidd stopped them at halftime and belittled Giannis and said, "Yeah, you fucked up on defense, blah blah." And he said, "Coach, I didn't fuck up. That wasn't my fault. I played my role." It's like, "No, you're a fucking idiot. I played that. No, not a shot." And he goes, "Coach, pull up the film." Halftime, he pulls up the film. Giannis was right. He didn't fuck up. He sat him the second half anyway because he challenged the coach.
And I think this is why Jason Kidd has been getting assistant coaching jobs.
Yeah, because he's a fucking psycho.
However many years, and it's to the point where as though, all right, we gotta revamp your whole mind frame while you coaching these dudes.
You want some weird shit.
And I don't think he's pulling that with LeBron. Was he there with Kevin Garnett and all those guys?
Yes, he was.
I don't think he's pulling that.
But that's what they said in the dialogue in the thread I read, that is his rep from the Nets players as well. Psychological warfare.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing where it's like you got to know who the fuck he's working with, know who you're talking to, know personalities.
And I hope J Kidd understands now that he's with the Mavs. You pull that shit with Luka,
you out of there.
Luka says, "Fuck out of here." Yeah. Fuck out of here, buddy.
Luka's just got a contract for $200+ million off his rookie deal.
Mad interesting because they basically said, hey, J Kidd, basically like all the things we're saying, wonderful offensive mind, great basketball IQ, fucking psycho.
I'm 99.9% sure he was not pulling that shit with the Lakers and Bron. There's no way Bron was running in practice.
He wasn't the head coach.
I'm saying, but I mean,
so you don't really got the authority for it.
That's what I'm saying. But you on the coaching staff, you got input. They not bring you there for nothing.
Yeah, for your IQ and like skills. But like, yeah, that sounds sick. I love J Kidd. J Kidd's one of my favorite players ever. I love J Kidd.
That's definitely fucked up.
Like you all, everybody always wondered what the fuck happened to Larry Sanders.
Right.
Larry Sanders was like a top 3 like defensive player of the year voting guy. Larry Sanders had a very promising career. Larry Sanders at this point, he retired a while ago. It's still only like 31, 32.
And I think that proves like Jason Kidd, like that way of coaching doesn't win.
No.
And if it
doesn't work for the player
over the past couple of years, you don't have to do all that to win.
Not only does that not work in coaching, like athletes, that doesn't work in management in today's society. We're not built for that kind of shit.
Nah, because just like
we're not built for the beat me down and hope that it gets the best out of me. We're just not built for it. Nobody want to deal with that shit.
Nobody wants to hear that. And this generation will walk out on your ass.
100%. We'll retire.
On you. The same thing with Stan Van Gundy. Nobody wants to hear this shit. What are you yelling at me for missing a rotation on one play? And now you take a 20-year-old out of the whole game. No, that's not what we're doing. And that's why he lasts a year. Jason Kidd, we about to find out if Jason Kidd philosophy changed, because I'm pretty sure we at the age in time where people will voice how they feel to the media, voice how they feel on Twitter. I'm not running for this motherfucker.
I'm not running until I'm so dehydrated I have to go to the fucking hospital.
That's insane, man.
You got me chopped.
I feel for that dude. It's a head coach for the New York Giants, and he's doing the same thing to those guys. And it's no surprise that those guys are like, "Yo, I want out." Calling their agents, "I need out. I want out."
Good.
Nobody wants to do that. We here to play a game, win games. I don't want to hear that I'm a piece of shit. I'm not good enough to play here. If I wasn't good enough to play here, I wouldn't be here. That shit is weird, man. That shit is fucking weird.
One of the more interesting things about that shit was that they were saying basically like the players were like, buddy, we're not in college.
At all. And like you said, they got
we already got here to the pros.
Right. We're past all the discipline shit.
We're here at the pros now, bro. It's done.
Yeah.
Don't nobody want to do this shit.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster, man.
I'm not with that shit.
Right.
NBA wise, you real excited for the league this year or summer league? What's going on here?
Yeah, I'm super excited. This is one of my favorite classes of recent as far as draft picks. Did you watch the summer league game last night with
I'm getting pumped up, bro. I'm locking in.
Jalen Green looks like a fucking star, man.
Cade looks good. Jalen Green looks like he might have been the number one.
Jalen Green looks like
Bones Highland 16-7.
Come on, man. Representing right.
16-7, dog.
Representing right.
Looks good.
Bobo look crazy out there.
Motherfuckers were saying he was the best out of Delaware. I said, mad disrespectful to Dante.
It is, but
hey, buddy, you keep playing like that.
Yeah.
You keep playing like that. Good for you.
Even the guys like Jalen Suggs. I was never
Jalen Suggs looks amazing, dog.
I was never a Jalen Suggs believer, even to his high school days. I watched him the other night with the Magic. I'm like, oh, this motherfucker's the real deal. He's the real deal. The guy out of Baylor, Davion Mitchell, another guy. I wasn't big on him. He gets to the summer league. He's playing fucking hard. They said this man had a workout, pulled his hamstring in his team workout. Why he pulled his hamstring? Because this motherfucker worked out 2 times before his scheduled team workout. These dudes nowadays want to be great. And yeah, our superstars, Bron, KD, Russ, Steph, all these guys, Melo, all these dudes is getting old. I was a little worried that I wouldn't be as big as a basketball fan as I was. But right now, I'm pumped. I'm happy. The league looks like it's about to be in good hands, man. I can't wait for the season to start.
Dude, you've been a big not Jalen Suggs. You've been a big Jalen Green guy for a while now. I know I caught up on the Cade shit recently. I haven't really been following him that much. He looks good.
Yeah.
Not as like his numbers aren't out of here. Eye test wise, he looks great. Jalen Suggs I'm skipping steps. Jalen Green, he's fucking gonna be good.
He is a fuck, and it's crazy because I always start watching the high school highlights. Like it's a couple dudes I'm watching now, but I've been watching him since high school. This started way back when like John Wall and D Rose and all. Tyreek was really like the first one I was really paying attention to in high school. But fast forward to now, I was paying attention to Jalen Green probably about 3-4 years ago. And you could tell probably his junior, senior year, he was going to be a fucking problem. I knew he was going to be a problem. I didn't know it was going to look like this because he's looking, and I think that step that he did, instead of going to college, he went straight to the G League and was playing against grown men last year. And I think that helped him. So that whole college shit is, after seeing Jalen Green the other night, it's like, I don't know how many top prospects is going to keep going to college if this is the result of going to the G League.
One guy I followed in college and I was still unsure about, and I probably watched more games for him, and not saying a lot because I didn't watch mad games last year.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Suggs looks fucking good, and I'm really happy the Magic got him.
He looks NBA ready. I will be curious to how the fucking Magic play that. And it was crazy because Cole Anthony, who was their first round pick last year,
get him out of here.
Game. Yeah, it's crazy.
Get him out of here, bro. Get him out of here. I like the second generation talents. Get him the fuck out of here. Send him to the Knicks. The Knicks need him.
High school prospect. Jalen Suggs came in yesterday, like, all right, he's out of here. And then it makes me wonder what you gonna do with Fultz. Does Fultz just move to the 2 at this point? Like,
he could. I mean, yeah, honestly, he plays better off ball.
Jalen Suggs was never big on him. He won his state championship in high school. He got another guy he played with in high school that's going to Gonzaga. I don't know if you're aware of him. Chet Holmgren, big dude, 7 foot, skinny, frail. Got a
jumper. You think I don't know about the good white players?
I'm just making sure you know, man. He got a game too, but it's crazy because Jalen Suggs.
Kelly Olynyk.
Oh, he's fucking better than him. But
Kelly Olynyk averaged 20 and 11 last year.
And he got to check this offseason, too.
Motherfucker's nasty, dog.
He got to fucking check this offseason.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, Jalen Suggs, man, I was not a believer. Wasn't even really a believer last year, even though they had the best team in college.
Jalen's nasty, bro. I loved he looks really good. Yeah, the NBA is in good hands. You know who else looked good, though? And I kind of don't want to skip over it because, Jalen Green, we're not an NBA pod.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Green looked amazing. And I saw an article saying about he takes this shit super serious, and he felt like he was the number 1 draft pick. And on that summer league shit, he's gonna come out and bust his fucking ass.
Yeah.
And I probably watched the first 5 minutes, and Cade was getting it going, and I'm like, oh, Cade's gonna tell this guy suck a dick tonight.
Right.
And then he just comes back and starts busting his ass.
Right.
The kid's a fucking baller, dog. Good for Houston. Good for Houston. Kid's a baller.
Hopefully egos don't collide in Houston because my boy John Wall is out there. Kevin Porter Jr. is out there who took a lot of shots last year. As long as they put their focus on this man, I feel like they have a fucking star in Jalen.
And they've got seasons to figure it out. They
do. And they were saying that listening to NBA pods and watching sports talk like Skip and Shannon, they talking about this man might average the most as a rookie ever. And it's possible.
Wouldn't be surprised.
It's possible. Great player, man.
Jalen Suggs looks amazing. Bones Highland, fucking 24 draft pick, Delaware bound.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of those kids you just got to root for.
Yeah, even down to the story. You want to break down the story?
This guy jumped out of his second floor, John, in a row home in Wilmington because the house was on fire. And the smoke got too much to save his grandma and his fucking, I want to say it was his nephew or little cousin. And he tore his fucking ACL or some shit going into his senior year.
Right. And they both died.
The rest of the family survived, but they both died. The kid jumped out of literally, you talk to anybody in Delaware that's worked with the kid, you don't hear a bad thing. And same with Dante. You don't hear a bad thing. These kids are hard workers. They have something to prove. And that motherfucker's always smiling and chatting it up. The kid looks fucking good, man.
Yeah.
And he's having fun out there playing.
Yeah,
good for him, man, and good pick for Denver.
I can't wait, man. This, like I said, man, the NBA is in good hands. These kids working hard. They don't think nothing is. It doesn't look like they think this is supposed to be for them. It looks like they know they've been
training their whole fucking lives for this, and they have. These kids have,
and they not stopping. They want to be better.
Denver's spoiled by riches, man. They need to get Bull out of there if they're not going to play him because that motherfucker is good.
Yeah, he looks crazy on the court. And it's like,
Bull is good, man. They need to get him out of here if they're not going to play him. He's a very good player.
Why is he on the bench? I can't wait.
You're 7'2" and you can up and under. You need at least 25 minutes a game.
If you 7'2" and can dribble up and down the court without fucking stumbling and losing the ball, it's amazing.
Hey, if I was the Sixers, I'd trade for him. I'd trade Ben Simmons for him.
Yeah.
The motherfucker's good, man.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm trading.
I mean, obviously, I wouldn't do that. I'm exaggerating. I wouldn't obviously do that. But if I was the Magic, I'd probably give Cole Anthony up for him.
Yeah, you could give up Cole Anthony and Mo Bamba, let him go play with Jalen Suggs. We haven't heard Mo Bamba's name in a while.
We haven't.
Keeping it on NBA, did you see the Malice in the Palace on Netflix?
I have not watched it yet, but I heard it was really good. And I want to say something to the casual NBA fans because I saw I guess it came out last night.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm seeing a lot of people saying it was really good. But I did see a lot of people say pump the brakes. They were playing this out like they were the favorite to win the title. Like Steven Jackson was the missing piece.
They were
fucking
nasty. They were.
That was a great team.
And
I couldn't believe the amount of people downplaying. They're like, yo, they're saying Jermaine O'Neal was the best interior defensive player. Jermaine O'Neal was a fucking problem.
I have a Jermaine O'Neal jersey in my closet.
Jermaine O'Neal was next level. They had Jermaine O'Neal, Reggie Miller, who was still averaging 15 a game, Steven Jackson in his prime, who was capable of averaging 25.
Let's not forget Ron Artest.
Ron Artest, one of the best defensive players ever in our lifetime.
People forget and act like he didn't get buckets. Ron Artest was an all-star. Ron Artest was a problem.
Ron Artest wasn't just an all-star, he was an MVP candidate.
Come on, man. And it's like that situation made people forget about it and like, oh, he just is not. And that's just all media. That's how the media get to you and make you forget things. Ron Artest was really a problem.
No, I'm reading this shit and I'm like, yeah, they did really well the year before. And then this year they started off super hot. And they've got a starting lineup of Reggie Miller, Ron Artest, Steven Jackson, Jermaine O'Neal. Maybe Brad Miller was with them that year. I don't remember.
Yeah, Jamal Tinsley.
But Jamal Tinsley was definitely there. They had a starting five that in 2004, where the league didn't have a dominant team.
Rick Carlisle, their coach,
could have easily won the chip.
Man, I can't wait to watch it. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. We'll definitely have to double back on this next week. Gotta make sure Flock tunes in for that one too.
Ron Artest was one of the more interesting people in the world, and he was way ahead of his time with the mental health shit.
Way ahead of his time. I heard Jermaine O'Neal on Bomani's podcast talking about how he didn't even understand Ron Artest having a therapist with him. Ron Artest back then had a therapist with him, and people thought he was crazy. The media thought he was crazy because he needed a therapist with him.
Ron Artest won the championship with the Lakers. I'm a big Lakers guy. Thanked his therapist in the championship, thanking. Like, he just won that shit and said, shout out to my therapist. Ron Artest is a next level guy. And not only that, Ron Artest is part of one of the better AAU teams of all time. Ron Artest, Elton Brand, and Lamar Odom were on the same New York AAU team.
Insane.
Those motherfuckers. And people know I've got a infatuation with Lamar Odom. Lamar Odom was nasty, if you guys didn't realize.
Insane.
He was crazy. His first couple of years with the Clippers, 20-10 guy. On the wing.
And to the people that's not even NBA fans, I don't even think this is you don't have to be a basketball fan to watch this type of documentary. Watch Malice in the Palace on Netflix.
There's some beautiful shit to wear. I really like just from the small clips I saw. There were some real clips about and Jermaine O'Neal said this. He said, we go into the stands and we fight anywhere else. If I'm in the iHeart offices next week.
Right.
And somebody walks in and throws a beer in my face,
right?
Best believe I will beat them the fuck up.
What do you think?
Best believe I won't lose a paycheck because of it.
What do you think is going to happen?
And nobody will label me a thug.
No.
And that's Jermaine O'Neal's whole point was, buddy, we went in the stands because they smacked Ron with a fucking beer can.
Right.
And then he went in there, and then they started punching him in the back of the head. So, yeah, we did go in there and protect our teammates.
Even to the people walking on the court.
And now we're all thugs, but these hockey guys have been fighting every week.
Baseball guys have team brawls.
But they're not thugs.
They don't even get suspended for that shit. Hockey guys fight and get to go sit down for 20 minutes.
I did see an interesting clip, and it said not Ron Artest. Jermaine O'Neal lost the most from that.
It's crazy because I don't really remember him after that.
Ron won the championship with the Lakers. Steven Jackson won it with the Spurs beforehand, and then he had the Warriors run afterwards. Jermaine O'Neal was a top 7 guy.
Yeah, I have his jersey. He really was a top 7 guy. This ain't just gas from Dyl. He really was
The top 7 guy.
He really
people
was.
People don't even pay attention to him. And not only that, he was a cool story.
Yeah.
I mean, he couldn't break the rotation with the Blazers. They had Rasheed Wallace, and then they had Zach Randolph. He couldn't break the rotation, and he went from the Pacers, and he was absolutely amazing. And he was one of those high school guys.
Right. I can't wait to watch it. Even if you're not an NBA fan, like I said, go check it out. We probably will be doubling back after we watch this. Probably a recap at the end of next week's pod, maybe even at the top, because it does deal with mental health. Amazing story. I think it's going to be great, man. I think it's going to be great.
Other note, get Isaiah. We're going sports pod this week. Get Isaiah back in the league, man.
Yeah, that was sad, man.
Get Isaiah back in the league.
I know you've seen the Lakers talking about grabbing him. I know you've seen the Celtics talking about grabbing him. Somebody's going to grab him in the league because he does look healthy.
Put him in the league, man.
He does look healthy. I don't know if he helps the Lakers.
Put him as a 12th man. Who gives a fuck? Put him in the league, man. He needs a check.
He deserves to be in the league, man.
He deserves to be in the league.
Celtics did him dirty. If anything, they need to right their wrongs and bring him back. They ain't doing shit anyways. Dennis Schroeder ain't gonna be enough. Give IT that job, man. Let him get his team back in the playoffs, man.
Mental health wise, how's Dennis Schroeder?
Oh, that's fucked up, man. Let the people know what the fuck Dennis Schroeder did, man.
Dennis Schroeder turned down $80 million for 4 years. He turned down, I think it was like $85 million. He turned down $21 million a year because he thought he could get more, and now he's signing for a mid-level, 5.9 for a year.
If that
he just lost out on $75 million a year, or $75 million overall.
If that's not a loss, he lost out on 15 a year. If that's not a loss, if that ain't gonna fuck with your mental health, I don't know what the fuck is.
We like Kemba Walker back on the Knicks? Back in New York?
Not necessarily for them to win because he's been injured and I mean he's kind of small. But
played 60 games last year. He averaged 20 points.
As a story, I love it. I don't know if because I didn't really understand it because they gave D-Rose all that money, and it's like if you're gonna bring Kemba, like you gonna pay D-Rose what 40 over 3 to come off the bench? I don't know. That's kind of crazy, but
agreed.
I've seen weirder things in the NBA. So
I mean, they pay more to D-Rose than they do him. So who starts?
Yeah. Honestly, I think D-Rose probably comfortable. He getting his check. He's gonna be like, all right, I'll just be the spark plug for the team. I mean, I can't wait to see it. Like I said, man, I'm excited for this NBA season, man. I think it's gonna be one of the. I said it last year. Last year was hella injuries. This year we got a full offseason for the guys, so I think this year will be a great season for the NBA. And all NBA fans, I think, will be proud this year.
And hey, fuck everybody that was said the ratings were down last year because political so-and-so and they should have been super up because everybody was locked in the house. The Bucks won the championship this year and the ratings were great. Suck a fucking dick.
Yeah, best since what they said, the Cavs Warriors?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Yeah,
suck a fucking dick.
Yeah. NBA
the Bucks and the Suns.
NBA is far from dead.
Yeah. Take that shit to baseball and football, buddy.
Yeah.
Dude, random thoughts. I had a few this week that we didn't get to. I'll save them for next week.
Okay.
My boy, J.R. Smith.
What's up with J.R. Smith?
He's taking up a passion that I love.
Okay. What's he doing?
J.R. Smith is going back to college. And that's not what I love. I'm all for college. I love my college experience.
Mm-hmm.
J.R. Smith is going to North Carolina A&T. And if you don't know J.R. Smith, he went straight to the NBA from high school.
Yep. So that means he has all his years of eligibility for high school.
Got his eligibility now that you can make money in college. And he is going to be playing on the golf team.
That's amazing.
Love to fucking hear it. I love to hear it.
That's amazing. That's a story that I'm definitely going to follow throughout the season. Because
Buddy, I watched that 30 for 30.
Which
I
one?
watched that 30 for 30.
Oh yeah,
The
the
one where
Smith
J.R.
one.
Smith goes from the Denver Nuggets New
Yeah.
York Knicks brawl to a
Yeah.
golf fucking player.
Yeah.
All in.
This has to be documented. And I hope he's out there fried. And I hope he's out there fried and talking this shit.
100%. And he's a good player.
Yeah,
He's a
that's
good
what they
golfer.
said. They said he's actually good.
Yeah, he's a good golfer.
Random thought to me, I'm gonna go with happy birthday to hip hop, man. Hip hop birthday, man. This was the first documented hip hop party by Kool Herc, August 11th, 1973. The back to school jam, as it was named. Happy birthday to hip hop. Fell in love with it from a young age. It's still around. People thought it was going to be like a disco type situation. And I mean, shit, hip hop proved everybody wrong that thought it was just going to be this fly by night fad thing. Hip hop is still around, the most dominant genre of music. Happy birthday to hip hop, man.
Do you think friends are more about bonds or more about convenience?
This
is the take I've had. This is the take I've had for a while now.
In my life is definitely bonds. Cause all right, break down what you would think.
I was talking to a few work friends or old like ex-colleagues, and I was kind of telling them like, yo, like how we stay connected and whatnot. And I was kind of saying, yo, like a lot of like, I'm like, yo, it's not realistic that we'll stay connected, so and so, so and so. I really honestly believe a lot of friendships are more so built on convenience than they are bonds.
Why do you think that?
As you fall apart over the years, it's a lot about who you live by or who you see on the daily or talk to on the daily, and it's common ground. And a lot of that stuff is who you work with and who you live by. And that's why you see a lot of people falling out when other people get married or have kids, or like they can't golf with you every weekend, or now they can't play on the basketball league, or they're not at the sales meetings, or whatever it is.
I mean, are you talking from a work standpoint or just a life standpoint?
In general.
Well, I mean, if we're talking in general, I would.
Have you ever had a close friend that moved away?
No, but I've had family that moved away, and
that's cap. I've moved away a lot,
and we've lost. Yeah. I mean, yeah, but but that's what I'm saying. Okay, so you're a good example as well. Same with my family. Like,
but are we
a bond? Like, nah, we talk when you lived in Tampa. We talk damn near every day, at least 3 times a week.
But is that the exception or the rule?
For me, I think it's the rule. If you friends, you friends. I don't think the distance matters, because we probably didn't see each other for however long,
but months at a time.
Yeah, it didn't matter. You come back, it's the same thing. It's not like, even if we didn't speak for a month or 2, we talk the 3rd month. It's like, yo, what's up? Blah blah blah. We talking like you see the game. Like it's just for me. Okay. This is just me.
Quick thoughts.
Can
you be friends if you become friends with your friend's significant other and they break up? Can you still be friends with them?
I think it depends on how long, what your relationship was, and did you form a bond with that person? That's touchy. It is touchy. I think it depends a lot on everything I just said, how they broke up. Was it nasty? Do they still communicate? It's a lot that goes into that. And does that person, I mean, that person probably would say they don't care, but they still might care.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that goes situational. I don't think it's like a rule on that. Definitely situational. What you think on that?
Same way. I'm like me. I feel like I'm a little abnormal. I don't lose bonds if people move away or whatnot. I feel like it's just, and I'm not necessarily focused on like if we talk every week.
Right.
I'm like the kind of person, if we talk once a month or if every 2 months, we'll just talk for an hour and a half and catch up. And then like, it's not like any love lost.
Right.
It just dictates on what the schedule is available for.
Right. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I go with Bond over all that. It's the Bond, not the convenience for me.
100%. And real quick to double back, love to see people like J.R. Smith golf.
Love it, man. Love it. And I
It
think
is
just encourage people to do something different.
golf is not an old white man sport, dog. Anybody can play that shit. And I
Anybody
would love to see more athletes get involved with it. More super athletes.
and I think that'll grow the sport.
100%.
I think it'll grow the sport.
It's an expensive sport, so it's hard to get into, but all right, let's songs of the weekend.
All right, man. What you got? Or let me go first.
Want to go first?
I can go first. What I'm gonna play? What I'm gonna play? What I'm gonna play? I kind of want to give hip hop they
Curtis Blow or Run DMC or
yeah, I was thinking that, but I'm gonna go a classic artist. We didn't talk about it, but I'm gonna go new album, and I'm gonna go Nas and Lauryn Hill off of the new Nas album King's Disease too. We
didn't talk about Jim Jones and Whack, but let's talk about it next week because that is interesting.
Well, yeah, because I'm pretty sure that's still gonna be unfolding.
100%.
But this is Nas and Lauryn Hill, Nobody featuring Miss Lauryn Hill.
I don't know if people are talking about this enough. Lauryn Hill's coming out of nowhere with a really hot verse.
Yeah, amazing verse, and that's why it's song of the week.
One city, one country, one state. Some place to be nobody. Some place to be. Some place you wouldn't know probably. Yeah. Yeah. If Chappelle moved to Ghana to find his peace in a rolling where the service always roaming, I'm packing my bags and going. It's a challenging act, it's a balancing act. Visit beautiful places, it's more out here than the trap. Houses in Long Island, they always found them. House in the South, a nigga barely got out. Sunny LA, remember calls with Dr. Dre. He told me, don't let the palm trees fool you, nigga, be safe. Me and my higher self, we often will speak. How we lost the connection, might meet a Joshua tree. And it's been bothering me. Too many wavy women, gotta log out the IG. Can't be my HDM, no kidding. It's hard to move like a civilian. I write the truth cause I live it, not like you musical niggas. We did it big and they biggest. They rather shoot than write tickets. What it feel like to go get it, what it feel like to go missing. In one city, one country, one state. Some place to be nobody. Some place to be. Some place you wouldn't know probably. Some place to be nobody. My dog bought a plane, said let's go to Paris. That's where baguettes are from.
Skip a little bit, get the Miss Lauryn Hill.
Some place to be. Some place you wouldn't know probably.
Great verse, man.
Some place to be
This
nobody.
is what hip hop about. Verses like this.
All my time is spent focused on my freedom now. Why would I join them when I know that I can beat them now? They put their words on me and they can eat them now. That's probably why they keep on telling me I'm needed now. They tried to box me out while taking what they want from me. I spent too many years living too uncomfortably, making room for people who didn't like the labor but wanted the spoils, greedy, selfish behavior. Now let me give it to you balanced and with clarity. I don't need to turn myself into a parody. I don't do the shit you do for popularity. They clearly didn't understand when I said I get out apparently. My awareness like Keanu in the Matrix. I'm saving souls and y'all complain about my lateness. Now it's illegal for someone to walk in greatness. They want the same, but they don't take risks. Now the world will get to see its own reflection, and the anointed can pursue their own direction.
That's nice. Featuring Miss Lauryn Hill, Nobody. Great verse. Beat switches up. She starts killing shit. Go tune in, man. Great album. Great to hear the GOAT still rapping, man.
Where the fuck did she come from?
Man, I have no idea, especially with a verse like that. I was happy to hear. Even the Eminem got a verse on that album that I'm not mad at. It's just, I liked it. And, man, it's just a lot that I could speak about on that album. Great album, man.
I am going my boy Fat Trail, one of my personal favorites. What we doing?
Okay, I'm thinking about topping them choppers and taking the tea in them house and leaving them out and shoot them for hours. Then hop in the shower, fuck with your bitch. I'm ugly and rich. If you let me, your body just fucking forget. As real as you get. I take me a trip, I play with a brick. I'm crazy as shit. I don't give a fuck, you lazy as shit. I see why you broke. You sleep in the most, I'm up and I leave. I go with the breeze. I cock and squeeze, I do it with ease. I make them believe. My paper's green, what do you mean? I stay with them hundreds. Addicted to money, your bitch tryna fuck. But me, I just laugh. Cause that shit is funny, cause me, I don't want it. You see why I'm stunting? I started with nothing, my bread was crumbing. I was robbing the public. It really was nothing, but back to the subject. I'm a young with money. Once I party the molly, smoke dope by the onion. I knew it was coming. I knew it was you who be doing the stunting. You never was pumping. Why the fuck is you bluffing? You never was pumping. Why the fuck is you bluffing? But you got some old thoughts that I can't forget about. Real niggas, can't forget about them. I say she know me, show me love, I wouldn't doubt it. But if she let me fuck, I'ma get the money out of money. And what I'm counting now, where we at? Trump Tower, what she doing? What we doing? What I'm counting now, where we at? Trump Tower, what she doing? What we doing? Niggas with bullets while riding the hoodies and bitches, getting that dope money. Street money, get it, I get it, and flip it, and send it, it's bringing me more money. Smoking the Dutchess and filling my lungs over Cali, I'm plotting on getting the meal. Look at my ears, it's ice in my ears. Look at your ears, it's not like it is. Dang, making money, shield.
Go digger.
Making money, too, I might as well roll with them.
Dude, back in the day,
Mhm.
MMG, man, they had a run.
Man, I often think about if Ross would have got Nip and Dom Kennedy too when he got Meek and Wale. Rumor was he wanted them, offered them both contracts. They didn't sign, but they would have been running the East, West, and the South. That shit would have been unstoppable.
Game over.
Shit.
Game over. All right, that's episode 41.
Yeah, man, we getting up there.
Flock should be back next week.
Right. We'll see
If
you.
not, we'll be back.
That's a fact.
All right, Facebook.